Whoop. Okay. Do you want the mics down at this stage, or are you all right? Okay. Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ray McCoy with you, and welcome to Rugby Park here in Tamworth. And we're into round 2 of the New England rugby competition. Today we've got the Magpies in 2 games, and they're against the Walcha Rams. It's old boys' days here, and it's good to see a lot of the old boys lining up for both clubs coming down to enjoy an afternoon of rugby. Well, it's weather fine, track good. We had a couple of spits of rain about half an hour ago, but it looks like it's cleared now. Rain is predicted, but I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference. The ground looks absolutely superb. So congratulations to the Magpies on the presentation of the ground. And again, as I mentioned earlier, good crowd coming on hand. Now, with the 2 games, we've got the other teams that aren't playing today in good supporting spirit as well. The balcony is certainly filling up here. Ready for 2 big games of rugby. Again, if you are local in Tamworth and you were thinking about sitting at home and watching on YouTube, well, good idea to jump in the car and bring the family down and enjoy what is a great afternoon. There's also going to be some live entertainment after the event as well. Okay, kick-off time, and Walcha kick-off, and away we go. Again, like any competition, we're not knowing what to expect. Last year's performances from both clubs really doesn't mean a lot as we move into the game itself. We know coming off last week we had some very, very good rugby here at Rugby Park, and looking forward to another great day. Emma Bailey joins me. Hello, Em.
Hello, how are we?
Welcome aboard. We are in for 2 great games of rugby, just the first grade and reserve grade.
That's right, exactly right, and it's Old Boys Day, so a very special day today as well.
It's a bit harsh that, isn't it, old boys? You're sitting at home watching and you're an old boy, g'day champion. Good crowd come along from here, so old boy, it basically means that you've played for the club before. You don't really have to be an old fella, do you?
Literally,
Here we
yes.
go, Walcha on the attack. mind you, for all these rugby boys that have played, certainly on Old Boys Day, the try they scored back in 75 that was only 10 metres long. By the time it's 4 o'clock, it'll be about 50 metres to 100 metres, and they should have received a gold award just for that. But
absolutely,
that's what the old boys are all about.
Exactly right. And yeah, that'll be the same tonight, won't it? They've also got some raffles. So if you're sitting at home and you're thinking, should I come, shouldn't I? We've got some incredible raffles tonight, and we'd like to thank Bunnings and Bunnings for a $50 voucher. Joe's $100 plus a hat. Rebel $100, Gazman $100, Barbarian Fitness with our very own Luke Barnaby, Tui's pack, and a JB Hi-Fi voucher as well. So come on down and put the money into the raffles.
All right, now you're good with names. Do you want to run through the Tamworth team, and I'll give the Rams a bit of a run?
That's right. So first is number 1, Nick Bradbury, 2, Drew Potts, 3, Elliot Clark, 4, Luke Wallace, 5, Cameron Dagger, 6, Cameron Lane, 7, Ben Kent, 8, Finn Lambeth, 9, Dougie Brissett, 10, Jacob Shaw, 11, Andy Biffin, 12, Brandon Humphreys, 13, Rafa Rasaku, 14, Lockie McNee, 15, Ricky Lasadis. Sorry, Ricky, got that wrong. 7, Kieran McHugh, 19, Leon Christian, 23, Jimmy Tora, 24, Barry Lane, 25, Heath Falkemeyer, and 26, Alex Fogarty.
Okay, Rams on the attack will very quickly run through their team. So, oh, crikey. Actually, Em, it's your writing. We might get you to do the Walcha team as well. You've had a shocker.
This was handwriting on my palm.
Okay.
Jack Alcock is 1, Ben Barwell, 2, 3, Ben Fussell, 4, Jack Power, 5, Jim Watson, 6, Ender Love, 7, Ross McNee, Ross Money, 8, Billy Porter, 9, Stephen McConnelly, 10, Edward Pitt, 11, William Archdale, 12, Sam Colwell, 13, Hunter O'Connell, 14, Digby Bell, 15, Nick Rogers, 17, Cameron Norbury, 19, Thomas Hoy, 25, your mate Jack Nielsen, and 26, Tom Costello.
Good as gold. Okay, number 8 for the Rams then in Billy Porter. Nearly got over the line, but here we go again. Rams on the attack. Let's see the defence from the Magpies this early part of the game. It looks like they're over.
And of course, we've got our own Muggsy, who is reffing today, our very own Magpie.
Has he got a name?
Yes, Michael Pearce.
That's better. Good girl. Okay, so Rams in for the first try. Let's get the big fella's name. You've got a bit of a limp going already.
Number 10, Edward Pitt.
Number 10, is it?
Number 10 is kicking Edward Pitt.
Oh, okay, no, well, it's number 12.
Number 12, we've got Sam Colwell.
Sam Colwell scored the try, so well done.
It's a bit overcast and a bit of rain falling down there, so...
Bit of a spit early, very, very nice. Bit cooling down.
It did, yeah, very, after that little bit of humid air.
Now, I know with, like any game of rugby, the boys would have, and the girls, would have celebrated last night with Anzac Day. How'd you put it in, Emma?
Yes, so I know a lot of the boys went out, but they knew they had a game today, so they were very responsible.
That is the biggest load of...
No, I'm serious.
Seriously.
I'm very serious there. They had a great day, and of course went to our sponsors and had a fantastic time, and that was really good to see them out there supporting.
That's probably the worst kick you'll see. Take his number down.
Number 10.
Edward Pitt. Edward, that is the worst kick of the year so far. Congratulations. Probably a penalty for wearing blue shoes and red socks.
Oh, wow.
Good on you, mate. You're going to cop it all day now.
So sure, he's going to take the kick here.
Okay, let's just go back to the last comment. So the rugby boys took it nice and easy last night on Anzac Day because of today's game.
They sure did,
Well,
I'll tell you what.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll judge that at the end of both games and see how they perform, okay? Let's see how we go. All right, we're down in the red zone, as they call it. Rams have the ball. Let's see if they can bring it out. Smell that barbecue already.
Oh, it doesn't.
Folks, you've got to come down. Ball's just gone forward. There's got to be an advantage.
Honestly, why would you want to cook today when you can come to the rugby? Have a nice, decent snag and put it back into the community.
See if there's anyone out there listening and watching that can do a good potato bake.
Oh, wow.
Get in contact with me.
You seem to have a craving for that a lot, really. Here we go, guys. And now I've heard apparently, so the new rule is once that kick goes after you try, it's 60 seconds back into the centre, not 90 anymore.
Good. Looks like they're getting a Pierce coaching clinic. Okay, first chance for the Magpies to be on the attack. Dougie Brissett puts the ball in. Got it out to Jacob Shaw. Going sideways. Now need to go forward. Rafa taking it forward. The ball's back up. Good play so far. Get up, boys, up. Dougie Brissett involved in the play, which is good. Very condensed line of defence from the Rams. They don't get the opportunity. There's a penalty for holding. Rafa with the ball. Will he just barge straight through? Again, another pick and drive.
Well done.
And the first try for the Magpies, levelling the scores at 5-all.
Finn Lambeth with that one.
Good on you, Finn.
And I think Ricky might be kicking. I could be wrong.
Well, at this rate, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game.
That's right. So Ricky's up for the kick for Magpies.
Now, running through the teams, Emma, for the Magpies, certainly a lot of changes in first grade as well this year. This week compared to last week. So
that's right. Just a lot of people away with the holidays and other things like that. So they've done a great job.
Liam Allen's joined us up here. He's always wanted to be on TV, but he said with a head like that, he'll never get the chance.
He'll be on his best behaviour too.
How are you, Liam? Welcome aboard, mate. Hang on, we'll turn you up so you can talk. How are you, mate? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You ready for a big day?
Hope so.
Now, Emma just made a statement on air, mate, that most of the Magpies rugby boys had a very quiet Anzac Day, getting themselves in good condition for today's game. How'd you spend it?
Yeah, 2 days of suffering, no beers.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you end up?
Hey?
Did you go up yesterday?
Up or what?
Get some extra money in there?
A little bit.
Oh, that's all right.
Is it you talk about 2 up?
He's a king spinner over here, that's
Okay.
for sure. So we've just had Walker's just kicked
All right,
off.
mate. Let's get back to the rugby. Liam, looking forward to today's game. What do you expect from the Rams? They're always hard, aren't they?
They're always tough in the middle. They'll be a very defence-based team, and pretty simple game. Tackle hard, run hard.
Tell me this before you get away. I know you probably go down and do your warm-up now. The change in structure from last week that I saw for the first time back to last year and the year before, you've got a very, very solid defensive line.
Yep.
Set up this year. I'm assuming that Berkeley's actually thrown defence at you and said, okay, if they don't score points, we don't have to score as many.
Yeah, that's right. We're all just trying to work as one and keep that defensive line there as a single unit instead of one shooting out, looking for the hit.
And mate, your try last week, it started probably I'd say 60 metres, but I'm sure by Friday night it was probably 300 metres. Good try.
It was a good 100-metre run, I think.
It was good. It was good. But I got to pat you on the back. The team last week and the rugby you guys played in both attack and defence was very enterprising. And mate, it's going to drag people through this gate to watch you guys play some quality rugby.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Sorry, great steal from Bradbury there. Sorry.
Yeah, the old fella.
The old fella.
Fancy interrupting a good conversation to talk about Nick Bradbury.
Sorry,
Seriously?
it just was really good to
Look at him, and he's still sitting down. Last week, just we're on that, Liam, Nick Bradbury last week made a 20-metre run in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Didn't touch the ball for the next week.
Yeah, he was knackered. He come off. I think he come off the sideline and said he needed to go coach the girls or something like that.
That's the excuse now, isn't it?
Yeah. One run and gone.
On that run, he should have had a skirt on. Mate, congratulations on your effort last week. Look forward to a big game this week. A few changes in the team this week for first grade for the Magpies, so that'll see how they gel this week.
Yeah, it should be a nice game. We got young Mitchy Bowen back from injury, which will be pretty good.
You'd be dirty on that, wouldn't you? Because last year they voted him the prettiest boy in the club. Last week when he wasn't here, you got the vote.
Oh, even better. That's all right. I'm happy to play number 2 to Bowie, that's for sure.
You'll go there. Right, you're his wingman. Good on you, mate. Thanks for having a yarn.
Thanks for having me.
See you on the paddock.
Liam. All the best.
That is Liam Allen, the number 10 for the first grade Magpies. And as I said last week, had a cracker game, scored a magic try that won the game up in the corner. So looking forward to some quality game and kicks a very good ball as well.
And it was a tight game last week too, so to get that was just amazing. Righto,
let's get back to this second grade encounter. And again, scores now, the Magpies leading 7-5. They had the conversion over as well. Rams on the attack.
I think there's a lot of fire in the air on that field today, actually.
Here we go again.
Oh, well in. Good tackle there by Finn, backed up by Cameron Lane. Don't forget, next week is also our Indigenous round here at home for the Barbars.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Ray, have you noticed the new jerseys today?
Yeah, they're black and white.
And they've got a little bit grey in there too. It looks really, really nice.
Well, I tell you what, you show a bit of maturity when you get a little bit of grey.
Wow.
That we
A lot
fellas.
of wisdom.
There we
A
go.
lot of wisdom.
You mentioned Digby Bell, the 14.
Yep.
Tough as teak. He just tackled the...
Our 14.
yeah.
Sorry, Lockie McNee.
Sorry, Lockie. It is Lockie McNee. He just tackled the winger a moment ago, came from nowhere. He had a great game last week too, but he could play in the back row. He's tough as teak, so we'll see how he goes today.
And he's got a lot of speed. A lot of speed on him.
Good as gold. Now, the girls are having a day off. Emma, did they have a day off yesterday as well, or they actually partied hard?
No, they went out as well, had a good time, and like I said, supporting our sponsors that support us, and it was good to see them all there, just having a good time. And
Great run,
it was a
straight
great
down
day.
through the middle.
Well done, Drew Potts.
Gets the ball
Followed by
away.
Chico. Followed by Chico.
He'll make it.
He's got it off. He's got it off, number 12 on 12, and Chico does it. Great in from Chico.
All right,
Braden Humphries.
We might get a rule. No nicknames. You might know them as nicknames, but the folks sitting at home are going, who the? So their mum and dad gave them a name. We might use that.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Sam Colwell did try to come in there from the Rams. Didn't quite catch on. All we
Good
saw
run.
was 12 on 12, and there it was. Nice big dive at the end. I think the best part about watching Brandon Humphries is the smile on the face when he knows
he's
he's
running.
gone absolutely every time.
The good thing there too was the backing up was superb. So
It was.
that to me says straight away that they're certainly a more fitter team than they were last year.
Well, I think you'll find a lot of this team is a mix between seconds and thirds. As I said, it's school holidays, Anzac weekend, long weekend, so there's been a lot of people backing up, and it's really good.
Mate, we've got old boys behind us here absolutely everywhere. We've got some old... hey, Boob, grab a mic, mate. And young David over... Davey Homan as well. G'day, mate. Hey, Boob, how are you, champion? We'll turn this up, say g'day. How you doing?
Good, how are you, Ray?
Good, mate. What's your name?
Bede.
What's your last name?
Burke.
Good on you, mate, just so people know.
Kind of
Oh,
a big
sorry.
deal in this place.
It's all right. Mate, welcome along. Old boys' days are always good.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see old Jaime turning up here. Played 50 for Tamworth and 250 for Gunnedah, but he's come home.
Hey, Jaime. Just, no, leave there. Stay there. He's having a beer, so he's not talking. Jaime. Seriously, he's not only is he old, he's deaf. But we'll grab... Come over here, bud. Come over here, mate. Em's going to have a break. Just throw that over your heads. Davey Hyman, I've known Dave for quite a... Actually, I made the big transition for me from rugby league back to rugby about 2010 when I came back to Gunnedah and trained the boys for quite a few years with Lukey Oxford and the mob from there. And this boy was the kingpin over there. Then you played over here as well, Dave.
Yeah, I started here when I was probably 16.
Right.
When I was at Farrer, and probably played, I don't know, 50 or 60 over here probably.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Then back over the red and white. So you have a history here as well?
No, I got zero history here in terms of playing, even though I'm up on the 100 players board.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a different. I think that's Bob.
Is it? It's B.
I'll take all the credit.
It's all good. Rugby itself is going through a transition at the moment, becoming popular. When I say becoming popular, it's just been it was a game for me, again from rugby league background, but certainly spending time with rugby. But it was a one-off. You came off the land, and you sort of had that fabric that you played, but it's spreading wide now. You boys in the bush again, as well as, but certainly with Davey on the field, it's enterprising now to see people come along and see these games on weekends and spend some time bringing. And a lot of I like old boys because it's the guys that have been there and done that are actually putting back into the game to bring the young ones through.
Oh, and I think the women's game's been a revolution too.
Yeah.
And tens is just a perfect formula for it. And the fact they put it on before first grade here, it just brings the crowds along now. It's fantastic.
Your involvement now these days, mate, or just farming?
Yeah, just farming. I mean, it's a different aspect. Like, played for a lot of years, and I've sort of stayed away for a little while, and just getting back in.
But tell me, you were a linchpin number 9. You had, I'm not being smart, you had the brains, you had the speed. You never had the thoughts to go into coaching down the track, or that may still happen?
It may still happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got my young bloke's, 9,
Yeah.
and just sort of starting off in his his journey in football.
on you,
And so, yeah, I'd say never say never.
Good on you, mate. Life's good.
Yeah, no, it's good, Ray, yeah.
The last question for you, mate. Tell me this with Old Boys, again, this club and other clubs that you've been involved with. What does Old Boys Day mean to you?
Oh, well, it's just, you know, you talk about it and you think back in the good days and how good we were. You know,
Totally.
We get better as the years go on.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what? One thing, if you go to the shops and your wife asks you to get a list of things out of, say, 5 things, you might remember 4 and forget 1. But you come to an Old Boys game, you can remember the game, the tackle, the score, the whole bit.
Exactly.
It's magic, isn't it?
It is. And it's a different... coming to the rugby now, like it's different when you're playing and you're involved, like whether it's coaching or when you're younger, but you sort of appreciate it more now. You know, you've got a bit more
Good
time
as.
and, you know, yeah.
Does it hit you sometimes that I could have done a little bit better, or I should have trained harder, or I should have drank harder, or you're happy with what you've achieved?
Nah, pretty happy.
Good on you, mate.
Yep.
Righto. Boo, rugby in Tamworth at the moment. Strong?
I think it's just,
Yeah.
I think it's stronger than our national side at the moment. You know, because people turn up at this and they love it, and the quality of the game. I like the style of football that Tamworth's playing this year. It's a lot more open.
You were here last week? No, you weren't, Boo. But I just said to Liam Allen, the difference between last week's performance from the first grade team as against the last 2 years was 500% better.
And
I say that in and I know Berkey well, but in structure, defensive structure, their attack was they're fitter, and they're having a dig.
You're right, Ray. And he said to him, "You're going to make mistakes, but back yourself, keep backing yourself." And they did, and they were down 2016 with 10 or 15 to go, and put on 2 tries.
There is no way in the world last year or the year before Liam Allen could have rung 50 metres to score a try.
I thought it was about 80.
Well, it's probably going to be 100 by tonight, mate. But anyhow, well, listen, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for spending a bit of time with us. I love Old Boy days, whatever it might be. It's like going back to a school reunion. And they're a ton of fun as well. That's another story from there. So, Boo Burke and Davey Hyman.
Thanks, Ray.
Get it right, mate.
Cheers,
okay,
mate.
carry on.
Thanks, Ray.
We should take photos now and get you in about 3 hours. So you're fronting up, mate. All good.
See you, Ray.
Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Enjoy your day. Score some more tries. Much appreciated. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're very much into social media here, so I don't know about you. Let's get a rough head shot. You ready? The rugby's still going, by the way. So we're Dave, where are you? Come in here, bud. Come here, boys. You ready? Big thumbs up. We're going to do a photo, folks. There we go. That'll be on our social media later on. Give us 5. Okay, that's it. I feel absolutely brilliant. I have no complaints in the world. Thanks, boys. Righto, what are we here for? Oh, the rugby, that's right. That's what Old Boys is all about. Absolutely brilliant. And for folks watching at home on YouTube, certainly no B, but Davey, again, we're over-coaching training, Gunnedah, back in 2010 with Luke Oxford, Paul Brady and the boys over there. An absolute champion. Farming through the day, come in and play rugby, or train for rugby, then play on the weekend, and that's what rugby's all about. So, 2 absolute champions. No doubt there are another 100 stories being told here at Rugby Park today, as we have Old Boys Day for the Tamworth Magpies. Now, again, like all the clubs, the Rams no doubt have history as well. We do remember days going up to play against the Rams up there when they were involved in Central North, and there were some cold days up there, but they're still up there, and here we go. That's the 23, which we don't have a number for, but he's, yes, we do. Jimmy. It's the Rams on the attack. Tamworth lead 12-5. We have 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball comes out wide to the 10. That's Edward Pitt. Referee Pearce has got a penalty. 12-5. What will they do? Will they keep going? Will they take a penalty? Bit of a discussion. They're going to keep going. Billy Porter going through. Will they pick and drive? No, there's another penalty. Holding. So the penalty goes to the Magpies, takes a bit of pressure off them on their line. Just under 14 minutes remaining, see if they can fight their way off their line. They lead 12-5. Well, Glenn Rose is not here today. He's got a well-deserved day off. So there'll be myself, Ray McCoy, along with Emma. We'll have some special guests coming throughout the day, not only for reserve grade, but certainly the first grade game as well, to give you some expert rugby commentary. It's Rams on the attack. Chip and chase. It's the 23. He'll make it, will he? Yes, he will. Again, that was very good rugby, but very contestable as well. Okay. The 23, the try scorer, he's been a new addition.
Oh, there we go.
So he shouldn't be allowed to score.
I might be able to get that up for you there, Ray.
12-10 at the moment. We have 12 and a half minutes remaining. Looks like a lot of old boys here, Em.
Oh, look, it looks great inside. And there's a little walk down memory lane in there as well, so they're all sitting around looking at that, which is really sweet.
You know what happens there?
What?
As soon as every single player that comes back today will go straight to the clubhouse to see if their photo's there.
Exactly.
That's the way it works.
I think that's what happened to us as soon as we walked in, which is good to see.
Ready for the conversion. It's 12-10 at the moment. Magpies lead. And he's got it. We certainly have a game on our hands. Scores locked together at 12 all, and would you believe we've just got 12 minutes remaining? 12, 12, 12.
12 and 12. It seems to be the number today. It's going to be at half time. I'll be heading down to the sheds, and the boys will be given their jerseys by the old boys, which is always special. So we look forward to that
Cool.
too.
It is it's a new look first grade team from last week for the Magpies. Rams with the ball. Well,
Drew Potts having a strong game today.
It's been a solid effort all round at the moment. The crowd's certainly building up. Again, just the two games today, the reserve grade, which is on at the moment, then the first grade encounter at 3:15. Rams on the attack.
Sorry, 23's Edward Pitt.
Change his
Sorry
number.
about that. I'm just getting number 10 for us.
What do they do this? Now there's a 16 disappeared in there as well.
So don't forget once again, Indigenous round next week.
Good.
Home here with the Barbars on the 3rd of May.
Rams on the attack.
Well in by Nick Bradbury.
Start the clock now to see how long it takes him to get up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bradbury is out.
He's up.
Dear.
How's your chat with Bede?
I love old boys. You know, it's just serious a matter of they're the foundations that clubs like the Magpies will build on.
That's exactly right.
And these guys get the opportunity to play rugby now, and the juniors coming through as well because some of the hard yards, all the hard yards that the old boys have done. And the good thing with a lot of the old boys is they don't bask in the glory of what they've done. That's just part of the process of growing up, playing rugby for your local community and moving forward.
And I really enjoy it when you get to see how proud they are of what's come through.
You've got to remember too, a lot of these old boys would have actually the married ones that have settled down and behaving themselves. They would have met their better halves, their spouses, their girlfriends alike through rugby.
That's exactly
through
right.
the social scene with rugby, which was very buoyant back in the
Well,
the old days.
We got the refs calling over.
Yeah, mate. He's a very cranky man, the man in green, and
looks like he's called captains over.
yeah.
So Jono Dunlop is our captain. He was just stuck in traffic, so he's sitting on the bench. So at the moment, while
He got
Shaw
stuck
is
in
on,
traffic.
yeah, he's coming back from Newcastle. That's
was
the
gonna say
effort. He came back from Newcastle.
Tamworth's not that bad.
No, he came back from Newcastle and
All
went
right,
straight
kick
to
didn't
the
go
field.
out. Kick didn't go out, so Rams will be on the attack.
Still just waiting to find out who number 10 is
Nick
for
Rogers.
Walcha.
Steve McAnally. Again, the Magpies very slow coming up in their defensive line. Let's see what they can do. Rams pushing forward. Playing an advantage. Ball goes out wide. Advantage still being played. No, he's gone back. High tackle. Referee Pearce. Okay, Edward Pitt to take the kick. We have just over 7.5 minutes remaining. The score's locked together at 12 all. We are coming to you live from Rugby Park.
There we go. So, sorry, number 10 is Nick Rogers, 15 for Rams. Also is William Archdale.
Ross
Money.
Yeah, seriously.
I tell you what, it's
Anyhow,
hard to write on a poll.
They're breaking through, and that's... Is it Eden?
Ender Love.
We've been there, done that. Ender Love. Good on you, champion. He'd hate to send a Valentine's Day card, wouldn't he? Signed Ender Love.
Oh, wow.
You mean it's over?
I feel like that's more of a breakup.
Ender Love. Okay, just before, so 6 minutes remaining in the first half of the reserve grade encounter. And the Rams now take the lead. Bit of Anzac spirit down there in the Magpies huddle at the moment. A couple of players on their haunches, getting in the big breaths.
And just around the grounds, just having a look at New England for second grade at the moment. So Armidale Blues defeated Rob College 55-10 earlier today. Albies are 17-7 on Glen Innes. Dorrigo Rangers are beating Barbars 17-0 and, of course, 12-17 here in favour of Walcha.
He should slot this one over. And he does. Ball's now in Peel Street.
Good kick.
Okay. 17, that'll be 19-12.
And once again, thanks to our touchies and our refs and, volunteering their time throughout the day. And we've got Hamish as well. He will be doing first grade today.
Okay,
And
5 minutes remaining.
the field as well looks amazing. Thanks to Cal
Ab-
Rossi and the crew. They just do an amazing job.
Absolutely brilliant. Short kick. Will it go the distance? Well, it should be a... Well... Okay, Rams on the attack.
So Rams won the comp. Second grade Rams won the comp last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well in there from Laney and Jono. So Captain Jono's on the field.
Put that on. I stay. Here we go. We've had it's an old boys day. We've got another stranger just walking. What's your name, young fella?
Young Wally.
G'day, Wally. How are you?
Say that.
Did they give you a... No, say that. Did they give you a second name?
Franklin.
So as everyone knows, mate. Lucky there's not a camera here, mate, because you're looking crook today. Wally's been involved in sport here in Tamworth for 100 years as such, mate. How does All Boys sit down with you? Enjoy the days?
We'll always do, mate, yeah. And how good does this oval look?
Emma just said that.
Just saying that. It looks amazing.
To think there were caravans on it over the Tamworth Country Music Festival, it's come up an absolute treat. Tell me this, Wally, as we get towards half-time, 3 minutes remaining, your involvement with sport in the New England and the Northwest region has been absolutely renowned in a number of different sports, but your history back with the Magpies, what happens there?
Oh, gee, I can't tell you how long, mate. Yeah, I was coached the Reggies there for a couple of years for premierships and president for 6 years, I think.
Just said Davey Hyman and Boop, what does an Old Boys Day mean to you?
Oh, it's just coming to see the blokes again.
Have a beer.
Have a beer. Yeah. What else?
There are some good memories, but aren't there?
Fantastic.
In any sport?
Yeah.
It's all good.
And this club's looking up and up and up. Just have a look at this ground.
Yeah, mate, the change from Central North to New England Rugby for the Magpies, when that happened, can you just sort of take us through that if you were part of that?
I wasn't absolutely part of it. It was a sad... I've always believed the two zones should combine and make one good zone. And it's good rugby for everyone. Everyone gets 3 games. If you combine the both, rather than Central North and New England. I don't know how it would happen. But
just saying to Davey Hyman earlier that Dave was with Gunnedah when I came back from Newcastle to train the Gunnedah rugby boys. But you always look forward to that battle between the Magpies and the Pirates here in town.
Yes.
And Pirates certainly back in those days were doing some really big things. But again, it would be nice to see even at the end of season to see a battle out here. Between the two teams.
Yeah,
give it a shot.
Or even back
over there.
Over at West somewhere. Yeah. But
all good, mate.
I don't know whether it'll ever happen, but for the sake of rugby, we should be thinking rugby, not selfish.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Mate, your involvement with one of the great sponsors in the West Entertainment Group continues?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're sponsoring here again this year. I think it's about 20 grand, I think.
And I tell you, there's a try to the Magpies now. 1 minute 42 remaining. That'll actually just needed indeed. Mate, the changes, as I mentioned, that West are a good sponsor for the Magpies, but some big money's being spent over at the West Entertainment Group at West Leagues.
Absolutely.
Looking great.
Yeah, and the tennis club's open and running now. I just had lunch up there myself, and it is fantastic.
Well, that's my local, so...
is it?
Yeah, it's over there. It's good.
And the West, the front entrance should be open this week, so that's all done. And
all looks good.
And then we've got to do some roofing problems before we move on.
And you've just changed the carpet in the entrance going down towards it, which was good.
Yeah, that was a mistake by someone. But
it's good. Mate, very quickly, back to the rugby itself with the Magpies. Again, things looking very well. It's always good when a club is successful off the field, they take that success on the field. You saw the game last week compared to previous years, as such not being detrimental to anyone or being negative, but they played a very good brand of rugby last week.
That's good, mate. Yeah. And we say the club's going well. The front office has got to go well too, mate.
Totally.
You know, remember old Jack Gibson saying, without the front office going well, the team won't go well.
Exactly. So, mate, an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
May
you enjoy that.
Champion.
May you enjoy that brown lemonade today, and many of them, and share some stories.
You're a champion. Thanks, Ray.
Good on you, mate. Cheers. Thanks, mate. There he goes. He moves on. We're into shaking hands today. I'm loving this. How are you, mate? How are you? That's good. This is Davey Hyman's dad who's come in to say good day. So we had a yarn to Dave earlier. So, mate, good to see you. We'll catch up at this halftime break. You're looking younger than ever. Just say yes. All right, folks, we're in the last 30 seconds heading down towards halftime. And the scores are locked together at 19 all. And the Rams will have a kick at goal. And time is up 35 minutes for the first half. I hope you're sharing in the enjoyment we're actually having in seeing some of the old boys, as they call them, all these different generations coming back to celebrate the wonderful game of rugby. And if you can't make it to the game today, you're at home watching on the YouTube, I would hope that sometime throughout the year, if you are venturing down towards Tamworth or if you're in Tamworth, just make your way down to the ground and share in the atmosphere, because it is a ton of fun indeed. Edward Pitt to take the kick. Score is locked at 19 all at the moment. Conversion is missed. He'll reef the ball out. I'll sound the bell. And that will be the end of the first half in the reserve grade encounter. It's Tamworth Magpies and the Walcha Rams, 19 all. We'll come back shortly. And welcome back as we get into the second half of this reserve grade encounter between the Tamworth Magpies and the Walcha Rams. Scores locked together at 19 all. As Amber had mentioned earlier, the Rams winning the reserve grade competition last year, and certainly augurs well now for a very solid competition for 2025. Jacob Shaw to do the kickoff. Michael Pearce, the referee. And this is the old boys at Rugby Park. Cracking day. A lot of the old boys have just ventured downstairs to the sheds to present the Guernseys to the Magpies for the first grade encounter. As we see kickoff in the reserve grade game, Steve McCauley taking the ball forward. The weather conditions here absolutely perfect. The ground in great condition. Very little wind to speak about. Clearance from Edward Pitt. Good kick. But I'm assuming offside, so yes, offside. Michael Pearce, the referee, awarding the penalty. The sun comes out. Magpies on the move. Quick turnover. It'll be a scrum. With the Rams to feed. No doubt the Rams enjoying the weather down here in Tamworth as we head towards what could be a little bit of a chilly winter. The coaching clinic at the scrum. It's a Rams feed. Strong push from the Rams as well. Edward Pitt, clearance kick. It's Andy Biffin with the ball. Makes a good run coming forward again. A barrage of players. Thomas Hay making the first tackle. Ball goes back.
Get up, boys, up. Off the mark, boys.
Jacob Shaw. Another high tackle. All codes these days cracking down on the high tackles. And again, penalty against the 8. It's Billy Porter. Saw a nice gesture on the field. One of the Rams players have lost their boot and kindly returned back to him by the number 15 for the Magpies. Well done, Ricky. It's a Magpies feed. I'll throw the ball. Straightforward win. Let's see what the Magpies can do. They'll run forward straight away. Alex Fogarty. Moving out wide. Brendan Humphries. Goes again. Ball comes back. It's Cameron Lane with a good run. But again, we see another penalty. And holding down this time. Referee Pearce, so it'll be the The Rams with a penalty, clearance out from their own 20. Just on 30 minutes remaining. Scores still locked together at 19 all. Good win from the Rams. Clearance kick from Edward Pitt. Will it go over the dead ball? Yes, it will. Come back now and give the Magpies an opportunity to go on the attack. Will be a scrum with the Magpie feed. Good push from the Rams. Referee Pearce pulls it back. Just not surprisingly for Tamworth, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit now. They are predicting rain later on throughout the afternoon. We'll see if that does eventuate. We had a couple of sprinkles about an hour ago, but not a lot, certainly not enough to worry about. The ground in good condition, but that wind may play a bit of havoc later in the day, certainly in the first grade game. It's a Magpie feed. And a good push as well. Jacob Shaw with the ball, moves it wide. Solid run, wraps around again, but the ball still down. Once again, not releasing, and a penalty to the Rams, taking pressure off them. Players now 15 to 18 metres out from the Magpies line. It will be a Rams throw. Straight over the back, it'll be a win, but Edward Pitt, referee, calls it back. It's a penalty for the Rams as they move forward. Slow jog, but it did the work. Only a couple of metres out. Another solid win, solid run. Well, they over the line, but will they get it down? Referee calls it held up. It'll be a dropout from Jacob Shaw. .23 Edward Pitt with the ball, very nifty indeed. Straight through, very quick indeed. Spread to the wing. Try not confirmed at this stage, yes it is. So Walcha have gone over in the corner. We have got 26 minutes remaining. And Walcha now take the lead. That wind's certainly picking up now, up here in the grandstand at least. We'll see what it's like down on the playing field in a moment from the players. Gain an opportunity now for the Magpies to get a couple of deep breaths in, work out where they need to go from here. Certainly a tight game. Neither club, neither team doing anything outstanding at the moment, just a solid tussle. We'll see how fitness comes into the play now, and whichever team is, I guess, wants to win more, will have the advantage. 25 minutes remaining. 24-19. Walcha Rams in front with a kick to come. This is There's Edward Pitt. The time is up. So as we have a stop clock on the conversion now, and he's missed that time. So the conversion is null and void. Again, one of the new rules that actually just keeps the game flowing. Well, you'd be dirty if you were actually kicking for win the game, wouldn't you? So there we go. Got to be smart and you've got to be a little bit quicker. So now 24-19. Interesting later in the game if that kick comes into play. Not to say that he would have got it or he may have missed. You never know. It'll be the unknown now, but still the score remains 24-19. Diving in, another penalty, this time to the Magpies. Can they make the most of this opportunity now? A lot of the old boys now returning from the sheds, having made the presentation to the Magpies first grade team with their Guernseys. And they'll venture back up here onto the grandstand and enjoy the remainder of the day's rugby. Magpies on the attack. Finn Lambert to throw. Ooh. It's a win for the Rams. If they spread it wide, they've got numbers out there. Diving in, not releasing, so it's a penalty to the Rams. Takes pressure off them once again. Again, a very good clearance kick from little number 23, Edward Pitt. And we'll be smack bang just off the halfway line. It's a Rams throw. Ross Money moving out the Rams back line. Another penalty. Scrappy play. The referee Pearce is getting a little bit frustrated here. No doubt he'll call the captain Shaw in one more time. Sending the 17 away. Not happy. Going at 24-19. We've got 22 minutes remaining. Still time to put a lot of points on the board, as we saw in the first half. But again, for the Magpies' point of view, they've got to have the ball to score points. And at the moment, they're doing everything they possibly can to give the ball back to the Rams. They're on the attack again. They're only a matter of 10 metres out. Line out, about to throw. Solid win. Let's see what their back line can do now. Pushing through the middle at the moment. That's how they scored their last try. They haven't ventured out wide for a little while. They are now. Edward Pitt comes back out and dribble through. And a clearance kick from the Magpies. Didn't clear very well indeed. And the Rams have the ball back again. Two things. Well, I can't get my head around that one. First, why Edward kicked when they had numbers out wide. They could have run the ball wide. Certainly an opportunity to score out wide. But the little kick through, it's been retrieved. They've got the ball back, luckily. The Rams on the attack again. Let's see how the defensive line, big gap there for the Magpies. And playing an advantage. That was a knock on, but playing an advantage. Magpies still with the ball. Very bunched at the moment. Not a lot of depth out wide. Come back through the middle. Going the Magpies pushing forward. Solid run. It's Elliot Clark, and again they get a penalty now. Let's see if the opportunity is here to move forward. Retain possession, take control. A little bit of patience. Let's see if they can convert it into points. I just say to the boys, some of the old boys, we should have had about 2 or 3 other Guernseys up here. So as you have a couple of brown lemonades and you get the urge, you put the Guernsey on and get in the game. What do you reckon? We'll do that next game, okay. Yeah, not reserve graders, first graders, okay. We'll do that. Enjoying old boys' day, which is absolutely brilliant. It's like a foundation day. These are the guys and the ladies that kick things off and continue to rebuild not only the Magpies but all the rugby clubs in the bush and move forward. Okay, it's a scrum now. It'll be a Walcha feed. No, it's a penalty. No, it's not. It's a scrum. The boy's very slow to react. Jeez. Okay, it's going to be a Walcha feed. Strong push, very strong win. Edward Pitt goes out wide, cut out pass, which is good, giving them a lot of room outside. Coming back towards the middle, they only got to spread wide again. They do. Will Archdale over. Again, opening up that gap now. With 18 minutes remaining. 29-19. It's a good cover defence for the Magpies, but not quick enough to get across there. Edward Pitt to take the kick. And he's cracked it. Conversion is successful. Yeah, the typical now, you can't win a game, you can't score points if you haven't got the ball. And for the last 10 minutes, every time the Magpies had the opportunity to consolidate possession, was either turned over or a penalty given. It's going to make it very difficult indeed. But again, with 17 minutes remaining, 31-19. The Rams lead. It can be done. The wind certainly picking up, as you can just see from that kick. It held up in the air quite well. Emma has returned. How was the Guernsey presentation, Em?
It was actually lovely. It was much bigger than last year, and yeah, they're really happy with the club, and it was really nice to see them presenting jerseys to the jumpers to the boys.
Good as gold. Well, we've got 16 minutes remaining in this reserve graded encounter. Rams have certainly broken away at the moment, 31-19.
Hope those dark clouds stay over there for the next game.
I just say to our audience, the wind downstairs, can you hear it? Can you feel it?
No, not really.
Not really?
No.
Okay. Up here we certainly can, but...
it's very humid down there at the moment, which means sticky and tired.
That's right. Okay, Magpie feed. We need points, and we need them very, very quickly now. 16 minutes remaining. What's the go with this referee?
He's doing his job.
That's what, to coach? Really?
Wow.
Is there a tribunal you can take the referees to?
Wow.
Like, seriously. He's a very cranky man. Now he's screaming.
He's an old boy there too.
He's very old boy.
Yeah.
Okay, Magpie feed. Oh, and a strong win. Oh,
Geez, that was all right. I think it's out. Finn Lambeth. Ooh.
high
Finn's had a
tackle.
very good game today.
The tackle itself wasn't a high tackle, but basically lift and drive. So again, puts the shoulders, the head into a dangerous position, and that's the penalty from there. So
He's just been given the stern warning.
31-19.
Chico, Brendan Humphreys. And we would like to thank our major sponsors, West, Joe Maguire's, Wi-Fi, Glenwarry Eggs, Cal Rossi and Bell Partners. Thank you to those guys. And when you open this page of club sponsors, it's just getting bigger and bigger every year, which is really good to see.
This page being
Of our day program. But when you open that book, if you've been down before, it's just getting bigger, and it's really good to see.
good kick forward, good recovery from the Rams. Another kick through. There are players offside. He's now run them onside.
Great run down there from Heath Falkenmeyer.
Let's see what he can do from down there. A couple of boys back in support, which is good, but will he get out of there? On the 20.
Some of these boys also backing up to be on the bench for first grade. And I think Walcha's got quite a few.
Well, that was always a badge of honour. If you play well enough in reserve grade to get a spot on the first grade bench.
That's right.
That's what it was all about. Clearance kick there.
And don't forget, when you come down, we've got the raffle going at the moment. And that can be Bunnings, a Gazman voucher, JV Hi-Fi, some sessions with Barnaby for Barbarian Fitness. It's really good. Really, they've done a really good job for today's Old Boys
Who was
Day.
that, a session with Barnaby?
Barnaby.
Not Barnaby
PT.
Joyce.
No.
It's going to do. Really?
Luke Barnaby, our women's
Okay.
coach.
All right. Now they're drawing in the clubhouse, are they? After the game.
That's right.
Cool.
And there'll be live
Wide ball.
music. John McKay will also be doing live music till 8. So if you don't know what to do tonight, there'll also be Spag Bowl.
That's
So
a
if you
new
don't want to
band.
cook and you want to have some dinner, don't want to cook and you want to have some live entertainment, come on down to the clubhouse.
Spag Bog was a new Italian country band. Oops, solid run from the number 8.
Aren't you headlining that?
Billy Pat, yeah. There's another try. Well, with 12 minutes remaining, it's getting to the point of being out of reach at the moment, the way they're playing. But again, the Magpies just have not had the ball. Each time they've actually received the ball, there's either been a penalty, some indiscretion, or they've lost control of the ball. But certainly the major possession this second half has gone to the Rams. They've taken the advantage of it. Now lead 36 points to 19. See, that wind is picking up. You can hear it in the microphone,
yeah.
so we'll see what happens. And again, does it look, it's getting a little bit darker. They have predicted rain, but
Over that way.
you
Sure is.
never know. So how's the look of the old boys downstairs, Em? The boys up here have they're regrouping
Well, this is
now.
them. This is them.
This
It's
is all the lads.
really good to see. There's a few downstairs having a yarn and looking at memory lane, like we
He's-
said.
No, missed the conversion. Trivia. How old is the Tamworth Magpies club?
Oh gosh, that's a bad question to ask me.
How old is the Magpies, boys?
I think they're
the
coming
club.
up to their 75th in 2 years, maybe. I think it's 2 years until 75-year anniversary.
1952.
I could be. I think that's
Yeah.
what we discussed, which is
That's
really
good.
good to see.
Yep.
And honestly, if you come down to the field, check out that memory lane. It is so cool to watch.
Rams on the attack again. The big fella's on his way. This is Sam Caldwell. And he's over. Great try. Good run. And again, just adding to the score now. Locked together at 19 all at half time.
So where are you an old boy out there, Ray?
Gunnedah. Walcha. Gunnedah. Tukley.
Jeez, you've been everywhere, man.
Cowra. Boggabri.
And what makes you proud as an old boy?
Probably the camaraderie.
Yeah.
The camaraderie. I mean, there are a lot of friendships formed in those formative years, whether they've been from when we were teenagers in Gunnedah, all the way through, then left to go to Sydney and the Gold Coast and whatever the case may be. But I think some of those friendships you form then stay with you forever. They're formative years, but then going back in after playing days, Toukley was just a breath of fresh air for me. It was absolutely amazing
love it there.
down there. Penrith was good, but I think even coming back to Gunnedah with, again, this is rugby league, but I was also involved in the rugby out there. The rugby was brilliant. For me to come back from Newcastle and be involved in rugby over in Gunnedah with Davey Hyman and Lukey Oxford, Paul Brady and the like over there was just absolutely brilliant. And Matty Henne. And there was a lot of discussion back in those days, Em, as to the difference between rugby league and rugby itself. And because it was in two different parks, and a lot of boys used to go, "What are you doing with rugby?" And the difference for me was that in rugby league, when you get tackled and you hit the ground, the tackle's over.
Yeah.
But in rugby union, when you hit the ground, the tackle's only just begun.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and
very much
the boys
so.
were as tough as teak, but I think it was just the personality of a lot of the different guys. I think that's the culture. A lot of clubs grew up with those sports were segregated because of the people. But they're very much a mixed body these days. But just for your original question, it's great to go back. It's like a school reunion. It's work reunion. You go back and you're sharing some absolutely wonderful memories. And we mentioned when we were talking to Davey earlier, you can remember games and passes and people and numbers on their back from days gone by that, women would probably
Can't remember
find
your
very...
grocery list.
No, that's exactly right. So I love days like this. But again, the biggest thing, I guess, is and I love the guys that have actually, and the ladies now, that have been there in those formative years or playing their days, gone away, had families, whatever, but come back and actually give back to the club or continue to give to the club. And that's why clubs prosper. And again, if this club started in 1952, you can imagine all those people that have been involved in whatever, be playing, coaching, in the canteen, administration, whatever.
Well, a lot of them are still doing that, and it's great. You look at Jeff
brilliant.
Ellerton, one of our old boys, and also, we've got David Lane downstairs, who became a life member this year, and he's been a huge part from when he played to now. So it's really special, and I've only been part of the club for I think 3-4 years, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch the old boys come back for even if it's just for that one game for the year. It's really special.
And one of the important things in all sport is that the players of today need to understand, know and recognise the efforts put in by the players that came before them. And I mean, even back home in Gunnedah, we had players that were playing 16s and 18s and grade that didn't know some of the players that had been there back in those big formative years. And I think the Gunnedah club, certainly the rugby club, do it very well over there. But I think all clubs now do that, where they actually recognise the foundation members and try and keep them involved in the club.
And that's it.
As often as they can.
Yeah, and it's very special, going down at that half time and watching the respect they have for the boys who were before them, and that's really and the respect that the old boys have for them.
Well, we're not getting away from the rugby, but at 41-19, there's a lot of work to be done now with the Magpies reserve. Great.
They've never been nice enough to kick the ball up to us, I reckon.
No, you'd curve it and run. It's a solid win from the Rams. The Rams, sorry. At 41-19, you mentioned earlier they won the comp last year.
Their second grade, yep.
They haven't been outstanding, but they've played some very, very consistent rugby today. No doubt you've seen, you're sitting at home watching, or wherever you may be. First grade encounter coming up as well. That'll be an absolute cracker. I'm excited now for the first grade game, because having watched the type or the style of rugby that they played last week, and knowing that the Rams, it doesn't matter what grade you talk about the Rams or what sport you play, they come out of the mountains and they're tough.
They are.
They're committed. They don't make the trek down the hill for a holiday.
That's right.
They came down. If there's a trophy, there's probably they perceive there's a trophy to take home today.
And a lot of them probably working on the farm, so missing a day of farming.
Yeah.
So
yep.
It's good to see them down here, and we really enjoy having them. They had a really strong comp last year, first one in New England rugby for the boys, and taking home that premiership and
Yeah.
did a really, really good job.
I can still recall quite a few games for the Rams when they were part of the Central North Rugby.
Yeah.
And tough as teak.
Yeah.
Tough as teak. Never give up. So we're looking forward to a very good first grade encounter. But let's get back. 5 minutes remaining in this reserve grade encounter. And referee's going to need a new whistle soon.
Well, he actually bought a spare just in case. So we won't be short of a whistle at all this game. And then, of course, our first grade game will be reffed by Hamish Biddle. Hamish has got some great accolades under his belt.
Oh, look at this, look at this.
At quite a young age.
You've got to be keen.
Ricky
You've got to
in
be,
for the
he's gonna
run,
get
Ricky.
it.
Oh,
Now, to me, that's
that was
just
a good fight.
Digby Bell. But that's just with 4 minutes remaining, he could have let the ball go. That's commitment at its best.
Yeah, great
and
job from Ricky.
Probably alludes
Here we
to
go,
the
watching
point.
the rerun.
Yeah, here we go. Goes through. Just towed the ball through. He wanted it more than the Magpies boys, and there we go. 46 points to 19. A very solid effort from Walcha in this second half. 19 all at half time.
Once again, though, this would be a different game to what we watch next week with a lot of people away and third grade filling in for seconds and seconds filling in for thirds last week. It's going to be very different when everyone's back after these holidays and a break.
You mean for the Magpies team?
For the Magpies, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Can't cop it. Why are you making excuses in round 2?
There's no excuses.
It
here,
is an
Ray.
excuse. Guess what? They got 15 players out there, and they got 15 players on the other side.
Okay.
Guess who tried harder? Bloody Gibbon. There we are.
Yeah. All right.
It's all right. You're half right.
Oh,
Hey,
it
no,
is.
you're not.
No, you know, sometimes you get used to the people
No,
around you and the
no,
players
yeah,
around
yeah,
you and
yeah,
the team.
yeah.
Whereas you look at these guys, a lot of their players are exactly the same from
No,
last
no,
year's second grade.
You know what? Last year means absolutely nothing. It's attitude, commitment, it's fitness,
True.
and there's a lot of work to be done. Did they win last week, reserve grade?
They didn't
Didn't
play last week. No.
Okay. Probably the Anzac Day.
Wow. Started early.
Okay. Just under 3 minutes remaining now.
And looking around the field again, like I said before, Armidale Blues beat Rob 55-10. Glen Innes Elks went down to the Albies 36-19. Still in play, Dorrigo 31-0 against Barbars. And at the moment, as we said, Walcha 48 against Tamworth 19. So that's the second grade we're looking at for the season as well for round 2.
Well, with 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, you would hope they don't break the 50 barrier. Mentally, that's a playing an advantage now.
I also would like to say that round 1 is also, grade 1 is also very special, first grade. You've got Sam White and Kelby McLean hitting 50 games. This will be their 50 games.
Well, here's their chance. They've got a penalty. They can actually crack the 50 barrier. Ooh.
Another chat, another yarn.
Well, he's not a happy chap, this referee. Hands on hips. He probably got deported.
So, I think this is
Oh, we've got a yellow card. Now, no
Heath
doubt, that would be
Falkenmeyer. I think, I could be wrong.
for back chat.
Seems to be a little bit of that out there today. You can see, when they've
Well,
back chatted because they've got that little smirk on their face from both teams.
Well, that's frustration. And again,
That's right. I think you'll find that is Heath.
2 minutes remaining. 48-19. A comprehensive win in the second half for the Walcha Rams as they move forward. It's gone back. We've got another penalty for a high tackle. Coming down the last minute. Well, in the game itself, there's not a lot to say about the game, to be quite honest. It was a very solid first half, 19 all. That second half, that whatever was said in the sheds for Walcha certainly worked. Very solid performance.
Now, I think a lot of these boys are backing up, so that'll be interesting as well for first grade after watching their strong second
Beautiful
grade
work.
game.
Nice play, straight back inside there. And the number 10.
Oh, no, the whistle has been
try.
blown.
No, ball's come forward. It's a scrum. and it's going to be a Magpie feed. We're in the last 60 seconds. So you're saying what, players backing up from?
I think a lot of Walcha. I think I could be wrong here, but I think a couple of Walcha boys are backing up. So that'll be
As
interesting
reserves
to
or
see.
starting?
Reserves.
As,
I think
okay, yeah,
fine.
okay.
But I know there's a couple of our second grade boys also backing up for the
Cool.
Magpies first grade. So
As I
this,
said, that was always a badge of honour.
so this should be most probably last play,
Yes,
and then we'll be welcoming on first grade for the big game on today.
well, folks, if you're sitting at home now, wherever you may be, go and get a cup of tea or a brown lemonade, get it back in, because it's only a matter of
Or
moments
come
before
down here.
before they.
Like we said, live entertainment and spag bowl for dinner doesn't get any better than that down here at the Nest.
You know what? If they're enthusiasts, they wouldn't be sitting at home here in Tamworth. They'd be actually afar, watching the game. But again, we'll build up to the first grade encounter. Time is up here. It's a matter of now the ball being played dead. And a very comprehensive win, 48-19 to the Walcha Rams. There goes the ball. Referee Pearce blows the whistle.
And
There we go, 48-19, a comprehensive win to the Rams. Not a lot to say about the game, except to say that it was a solid performance in that second half from the Walcha Rams. Not very good. I'm not very good at being negative on anything, but certainly some work to be done by the Magpies. But as Emma explained before, a lot of changes in those
That's
teams.
right,
So,
a lot of people away and a lot of new players as well. So just getting to know one another on the field. You just hate me.
Okay,
don't you, Ray?
folks, we're going to have a bit of a break now while I clean up the rubbish that's coming out of here, and we'll
I
come
think
back.
we just work 5 days from now on together, not 6.
We'll come back for the first grade encounter, and thank you so much for joining us and spread the word about Folmac Video Productions, and we're bringing you the rugby, all the home games from Magpie Park.
Like and
all year.
subscribe.
Like,
so you do not miss a single
like
game.
and subscribe, exactly. Back soon.
Be back.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome back. If you've only just joined us, we are coming to you live from Tamworth Rugby Park, home of the Magpies. And we've just had the reserve grade encounter, a strong win to the Walcha Rams, 48-19. And it's Old Boys Day here, so there's a fair bit of excitement happening, and we're about to get into the first grade game. And again, with great anticipation after a strong win last week from the Magpies, playing a very good brand of rugby. I wish we actually had a camera we could actually zoom around and show you some of the old boys up here, but we'll stay with the rugby because it's probably not a good thing to see at the moment. They're enjoying the day. A lot of old faces, and old being as in mature, but not in old. Enjoying rugby. A lot of these guys that have been here, done that for many, many years. Some still involved with the Magpies Club in a number of different ways, but certainly supporting. And even some of the former players that have come in off the land or whatever they're doing these days to come and enjoy the day and share some stories and no doubt some great memories as well from the Tamworth Magpies. A big shout out also to the Walcha Rams coming down out of the mountains to today for the game round 2 of New England Rugby. Emma Bailey will join me shortly. We'll have a couple of special guests throughout the day as well to bring you some of the highlights, and we're looking forward to a big encounter. Weather-wise, it's been wonderful all day. The breeze is just starting to pick up. It's starting to cool down just a little bit from here, but the ground's in great condition, so no doubt we're in for a cracking game indeed. As to what to expect, well, all we could do is venture on to the paddock from last week, and the Magpies certainly played a brilliant brand of rugby last week. They had the win, Liam Allen scoring a runaway try in the last couple of moments to actually get the win. But their brand of rugby was very enterprising indeed, certainly with the solid defensive line. Their attack was good. Their fitness level seems to be absolutely upper grade this year as well. And they did indeed play some very, very smart rugby. As for Walcha, I mentioned earlier during the reserve grade encounter, it doesn't matter what sport they play in Walcha. When they come out of Walcha and venture down the hill to play any of the Tamworth teams or anyone, in fact, it's always going to be an encounter. But here we go. It's the Magpies on the attack already. And again, great work to move forward. William Allen. Right, we're going to break some new ground, folks. We're waiting for the kick from Liam Allen. And we've got a special guest coming through. Going to sing us a song as well. Where's Wally? Come up here, mate. Get the other headset on. James, yep. Kick not the best. Got James Trelaw here as well. Come up here, James. We'll throw a set of... Forget the folks, James Trelaw is here. There you go, throw him on, mate. And also we have the new CEO from the West Entertainment Group, one of the big sponsors for the Magpies. Now, your full name is?
John Fitzgibbon.
John Fitzgibbon. Well, welcome to town, John.
Thank you.
There we go. All working well. Say again, John Fitzgibbon and Mr. Trelaw, nice to see you here. I know, it's nice to see you here. Old Boys Day. First of all, just to for John, welcome to town.
Thank you.
I guess from today you'll see there's no better time to come to town and witness an Old Boys Day. You'll know exactly what it's about. James, Old Boys Day here at the Magpies. What's that mean to you?
Oh, there's a lot of reminiscent that you can do in this. It's a club with a pretty long history and pretty long tradition, so it means a lot. As I walked in this afternoon, I saw You know,
Couple of ollies.
10 people who used to be at Summit, and I said, gee whiz, I hope there's not a fire at Summit tonight. There's
Oh, really?
nobody to put it out, is there?
Was it 1952 the club started or thereabouts?
It was in the 50s. I
In
can't
those?
remember whether it was 52, 4 or 5, but it was that period of time, yeah.
When you come back into, and we'll go back to John as well, were you involved in rugby in Sydney down there or other sports?
Oh, mate, I've got to admit it, I'm originally from Victoria. I'm aerial ping pong.
I'll just check. Did you guys know that he was a Victorian before you signed him with the club? No. Okay, James. Okay, we can change it. It's all right.
Okay.
So John's the new CEO over at West Entertainment Group. But mate, welcome to town. I've got to tell you, and I'm totally biased, an absolutely brilliant community. It's just absolutely unreal. Again, we come from whether it be sporting, entertainment, commercial, whatever the case may be. We've got it here, and we're just one of those absolutely brilliant regional hubs. And service the whole communities from there. Again, James, been involved with your family for how many years now, James?
Oh, we've got a few generations.
I think.
There
we go.
That's a pretty good kick from
That
him.
was an absolute cracker.
He's had to practice, huh? So he's got it right.
Well done. So just the history, very quick, the history of the Magpies themselves. First of all involved, we had two clubs here, the Magpies, also the Pirates. So we had two Tamworth rugby teams. The Magpies have gone up to play in the New England competition again, but from the last couple of years, the brand of rugby that was played last week down here for that win was absolutely brilliant. So for a very exciting year. But very quickly, what's your first impression of Tamworth and the and West Leagues?
Well, I've never been made so welcome anywhere. It's
Good
been
on you, mate.
fantastic. Yeah.
Well, you're going to love it. You're here
Yep.
for a long time.
Yep.
Because a lot of people actually come here and just never leave, mate.
Yeah, I'm drinking a bit too much, mate. Yeah, giving it a bit of a hiding.
Did Rod Lang left you his tab? No, it's okay. Well, listen, mate, sincerely from everyone that is
you
watching
very
at
much.
home as well, welcome to town.
Thank you.
And James, great to see you again, working hard still.
Oh, we're still doing a little bit anyway.
Good on you, mate. Okay,
right.
Thanks, fellas. Much
Thanks,
appreciated.
Thank you
Enjoy
very
your
much.
old boys' day.
Thank you.
Righto, let's get back to the rugby. They'll be playing games up here before the day's over. That's the first time Wally's refused to go near a microphone. Good on you, Wally. I said the first time you haven't come near a microphone. Normally, he'll be doing karaoke about 10 o'clock tonight. That's Wally Franklin, folks. Okay, let's get back to the rugby. 3-0 lead from the Magpies at the moment. That's just about to, scoreline's about to change. Penalty attempt. It's successful. So we have a game on our hands, which is good. Solid line-out win from the Rams. Just very quickly run through the teams for you. For the first grade team for the Magpies. Number 1, Cole Fogarty. Number 2, Adam Wallace. Number 3, Sam White. Number 4 is Norm Turner. Number 5 is Kelby McLean. 6 is Nat Ellerton. Number 7 is Walker Harrison. Number 8, Will Burke. Number 9, Caleb Bergen. Number 10 is Liam Allen. Number 11, Massey. Number 12, Ben Coombs. 13 is Mitch Bowen. Number 14 is Lappin. And number 15, Sean Barnes. The reserves today are Sam Sadrada at number 16, Armani at number 18, John O'Dunlop number 20, Drew Potts 17, Angus Homebush at 19, and Lachlan Jackwitz at number 20. The Walker team, number 1 is Richard Hunt, 2, Ben Burwell, number 3, James Anderson, number 4 is Toby Marshall, Troy Tape is number 5, James Tisdall, number 6, number 7, Chad Hawkins, number 8 is Coldridge Tweedy, number 9, Brent Clark, number 10 is Edward Churchill, 11, William Jameson, at number 12 is Hamish Heaney, number 13 is Mossy Tuvo, number 14, Hunter O'Connell, and number 15 is Matty Tisdale. The coaches, Peter Burke is the coach for Magpies, and I don't have the Walcha coach listed here, so I apologise for that. Sam White to throw. Scores locked together at 3-all. Liam Allen makes the adjustment, comes back inside. Strong defence from Walcha. Ball's on the ground. Liam Allen. Ball stays in line, but ball still in play. It's Troy Tape going through. Nice solid run from Ben Coombs. Again, the Magpies on the attack now. Spreading the ball wide, gets the right bounce, come back inside. A lot of pace out wide, but what can happen from here? It's a penalty against Magpies, we were assumed for not releasing. It takes a bit of pressure off the Rams. We're on the 10-metre line. It'll be a Rams throw. Ball loose. Liam Allen is on the ball. Let's see what the Magpies can do now. First chance to go on attack again. Playing an advantage. Cole Fogarty going forward. Still an advantage. Lays the ball back. Liam Allen again, a chip kick. Great follow through from the Magpies. The ball has been knocked on by the Rams, so a good opportunity now for the Magpies. It'll go back to the advantage. Again, scores locked to 3-all. Penalty kick from Liam Allen. Again, he kicked very well, and the first goal. Marvellous kick from just inside the sideline. Let's see if we can break this 3-all deadlock. Just repeating the first game in reserve grade. Only 2 games today, but a very comprehensive win by the Rams, 48-19 in reserve grade. Liam Allen prepares the kick. It's been hooked. Just over halfway, Magpies on the attack again. Bring the ball forward, Liam Allen gets the ball off. Ball out wide. Oh. The little thing, so a lost ball there, an opportunity gone.
Hello, Ray.
Hello, Miss Emma.
How are we today?
Things are exciting. Welcome back. Very
Thank you.
exciting. What's happening?
Just went down and had a chat to the boys and from second grade, and they know they've got a few things to work on and stuff like that, but they're feeling pretty confident, and yeah, it'll be good to see them next week and see how they go against the Barbars.
You sure you went to the right shed?
Oh, I did. I really just was listening and having a yarn.
Can I say what I want to say?
No.
They've got some work to do.
Oh, and they know that. They definitely
Well, they
know
do
that.
now, 48-19. Next week, third grade play as well?
Next, no Barbars third grade. So third grade are off again. So I'm
Ladies?
sure they'll do some backup. Yep.
3 games next week.
Yep. 3 games.
Where at?
Here, Ray, just so you know
Right.
to show up.
Okay.
Which is a 12:50 start. Just write that down, Ray, so you don't forget.
Magpies
Berkey,
bring it out.
Ben Coombs.
Solid defence there.
And I did hear today that
Referees. Oh, he's got a yellow card straight off.
bit of push and shove there with Berkey and then number 19, which we don't have the sub, sorry. Yellow carded
Well,
for...
that was, I'm assuming, for the for a high tackle.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's not. It's for the, he lashed out. He's lashed out, so that's the yellow card. After the tackle, he's lashed out. Just seeing on the replay. So the Rams down to 14. That's 10 minutes.
Yes. We will also have the ref from second grade come up and have a yarn about some new rules that have been put into place.
You serious?
Yeah.
He's had a shocker.
So recently, Hamish Biddle, who is our ref out here today, he was appointed being the referee of the men's under-23 games at the Coffs Festival of Rugby and was appointed to ref Australia Barbarians versus Japan.
Dangerous throw. Very good. Congratulations.
He's got quite a few accolades, so good on him. And it's great to have him down here. And then Cookie over there. Right. Go get your. I can see you smelling the tucker.
They're trying to fatten me up here, folks.
All right, Walcha Rams going in strong there. Now, last year the boys in first grade had a great win on Old Boys Day for the Magpies. So we'll see how they go this year. Of course, 3-all for both teams at the moment.
That's a try. We'll just watch the replay now. The winger made a good incisive run down there, but it just came from nothing. We'll go back to the replay. So a try in the corner. 8 points to 3.
Right, number 12, Hamish Heaney. Going for the kick, Hamish Heaney. It's 23 minutes remaining. Very overcast, looks like it's going to rain, so hopefully it just holds off for this rest of this half and the next. Didn't make the kick. So 8-3, Walker's favour. Remember, there's 60 seconds from that kick now instead of 90.
Yes, I see the referee pulled that up once for the conversion before. It's caught a few people by surprise, certainly the kicker. Okay, wind is picking up now, certainly up here. Although they're not playing up here, there are some old boys playing, but that's all good. Ray McCoy and Emma Bailey with you. And we'll get a plug in. Hope they listen to us on 88.9, 99.5 through the week.
I don't know if they'll like us after they hear the way you and I talk to each other. No, just joking.
Ah, you just got to learn respect, that's all.
No, exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what today's about as well. The respect of these players out here today, respecting our old boys who paved the way. And
the old bricklayers.
we did have a nice message, which I'll read for people that can't be here. So the President's message, which is honouring the legacy of our old boys. So as President of the Tamworth Rugby Union Sporting Club, it is with immense pride that I pay tribute to the enduring legacy of our old boys and old girls, those who have paved the way, shaped our culture and upheld the spirit of the mighty Magpies. The contribution of our past players, volunteers and supporters, both men and women, is the backbone of who we are today. From the grit and determination shown on the field to the tireless efforts behind the scenes, our old boys and old girls exemplify the values we continue to uphold: resilience, mateship, humility and pride in our jersey. He then goes on to say, to all our old girls and boys, thank you for your commitment. Your legacy continues in every pass, tackle and every moment of pride on and off the field.
Well done. Okay. Again, the Rams on the attack. You see, we've actually got some celebrities here today as well. We've got George from Zach and George.
Wow.
It's his. Everyone knows Zach and George, country band extraordinaire. Well, that's George's lookalike.
There you go.
He said he's made. We're yarning earlier. He's got a lot of free drinks and taking a lot of photos. So, and a big shout. I know Zach and George will be watching. Good on you, boys. Righto, we've got some rugby happening here.
That's right. Walcha Rams
another
up
try.
again.
We just watched the replay here. And just a wide ball, but again, strong defence, but a little bit stronger effort from the number 4.
Mitchie Bowen was strong in there as well.
And Toby Marshall over in the corner. So.
And Mitchie's back this week. And, of course, once again, Sam White and Kelby McLean playing their 50th game today.
Good work.
Getting them a step closer to being an old boy.
So what's the criteria to be an old boy?
I think it's online, but I think it's just your commitment to the club, how long you've been here.
You've only got to play one game.
Your games you've played.
You play one game and you come back.
I think it's a lot about your commitment. So I think it's a lot of their commitment towards the game. And
old boys. Here we go. And
straight across the front.
Across the face. So score remains 13-3, 19 minutes remaining. And again, we go back to possession. There hasn't been a lot of possession for the Magpies. Here's their opportunity again.
Ooh, well in by Wall, but called up.
In front of the 10.
It's a lot of fire.
There's a bit of feeling in this game. Yeah, so the boys don't come out of the mountains to go home empty-handed. They would have come down here with a mission.
But you know what? Like we say, it's up until those, last 10 minutes a game can change.
Well,
as we know.
19 all in the at half-time in that reserve grade game, and to run away 48-19.
Yeah, exactly.
Come back to fitness and commitment.
That's right.
Bit of passion. We're on the halfway line. It is a Rams feed. Strong push from the Magpies.
Surprising.
Ball comes to the left.
Oh, 2 players down.
Eddie Churchill. Both front rowers too. No hooker. Front row and hooker.
Looks, that's Adam Wall.
Shoulder. Yeah. So they've gone down awkward.
Yeah, collapsed quite quickly too.
So that's why front rowist is a specialist position. Magpie throw.
Oh, well done.
Good win as well. Liam Allen and Coombs coming wider, spreading them out.
Mitchie Bowen. Mitchie Bowen.
If he plays this winger right, if he plays the winger, he didn't.
Can Lappin get up there? Great in.
There's the opportunity, and
That was
Gainey's
well
got to let the ball
in.
go. Let the ball go. And if they get the ball, we just need a runner for the Magpies.
Lappin has some feet on him. Man, oh man, he's quick, and what a great result from that for him.
They're playing an advantage now.
Out to Walker.
This is like going to the ATM. You've got to go up there and come away with points. A big shout out to Glenn A. Rose, who can't be here today. He's off venturing around. So
I think he's in the Kimberleys.
yep,
Last
normally
year.
he'll be watching. Don't you worry about that. So Glenn, big shout out to you, champion.
We'll see you back here next week. Ready to rumble. And once again, we do have our raffles down here. If you are coming down, which is thank you to Bunnings, Joe Maguire's, Rebel, Gazman, Barbarian Fitness, Tui's and JB Hi-Fi. Some fantastic prizes to be won today. All right, here we go. Can they get over?
Let's see what's the
I think
referee
he might have
do.
been held up.
Yep.
No, yep. It's looking so good up here, isn't it, with all these old boys?
Mature age men, that's what it is. There we go. Good kick, good take. Now let's see what happens from here.
Barnesy. Barnesy became a dad last year. I think at end of last year or beginning of this year. I could be wrong. Sorry, Barnesy.
Liam Allen back out again.
It's very exciting when you get to see all these babies coming through now as well, because they're the next ones. You know what I mean? Down the future, they'll be the next ones.
Why are you talking about babies while we're watching rugby?
No, I'm just telling you, a lot of these boys have become fathers in the last year, and that's really exciting for them.
So it's a social club, that's good. Okay, here we go again. Oh, good tackle. Mitch Bowen, good work.
And
Actually
Lappin.
supporting him then, yeah. Which is good. Ball's on the deck. And they're playing an advantage. Penalty. Yep, had to be offside, didn't clear it. So it will be a Magpie kick. 14 minutes remaining. Score is 13-3. Rams leading. Again, an opportunity now to get some points on the board at 13-3 prior to the halftime break with 14 minutes remaining. Liam Allen going forward, consolidating. Still got depth out here in the backs if the ball comes out wide. Okay. That was a penalty against the 8, which is Will Burke, for pushing in the back of the defender. So the advantage gone there again. Rams spreading the ball. Good defence for Mitch Bowen then. Holding him up. Solid run. It's Hamish Heaney.
Definitely some fire in this, isn't there?
Good bit of fielding. They're going in with some force, which is good. 12 minutes remaining. 13-3. Walcha lead. We're coming to you live from Rugby Park here in Tamworth, home of the Magpies.
You know, it's that fire when you've got that. It's either just even a little tap on the face, a little smartness to it, and you know they're firing each other up.
Folks will notice, and Emma mentioned earlier, brand new Guernseys for the Magpies with a touch of grey.
Looks really good. I think it looks really nice.
It's
quite simple, quite lovely.
Looks good. Okay, Magpies on the attack. 12 minutes remaining. We need some points. When I say we mean the Magpies. Sam White to throw. Solid win. Will Burke's got the ball moving forward. Back line is set. The Magpies, I'll pick and drive at the moment.
Ray, you'll have to excuse me. I'm just going to take some more photos downstairs and I'll be right back in a moment.
Pick and drive again. The opportunity now. It's Walker Harrison. Now boy Liam Allen. Retain the ball. We keep saying with the Magpies, you've just got to have patience. They've turned the ball over again. Again, that lost opportunity. Couple of fire exchanges there, just showing a bit of passion. That's what it's all about. 13-3. Okay, Emma has ducked downstairs to do some photos. Referee Michael Pearce has joined me. G'day, Pearcey.
Hey, Ray, how you going, mate?
Good, mate, yourself?
Busted.
Oh, we stayed in line, just coming out of the in-goal area. Solid run. He needs some support from his players.
They're starting to get back now and get around.
10 minutes remaining. 13-3. Another penalty now going to the Rams.
Direct in front.
Muggsy's joined me. Mate, interesting encounter in the reserve grade game, which you refereed. 19 all at half time, and then big winners 48-19.
Yeah.
To the
the
Rams.
The first half was a good contest happening between it all. I thought every team was it was a very quick game. I looked at my watch and I'd ran 7 Ks by the end of it. So
right.
It was very quick. But yeah, that second half, it just sort of seemed to open up a little bit. So
yeah, and Magpies didn't have a lot of possession. But tell me this, there are some new rules in place. We saw one where the goal kicker didn't get to have the kick because the time had expired. That was it 90 seconds back to 60?
Yeah, from 90 to 60. So you get 60 seconds from the time the try is actually scored.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 60 seconds. The new one is once a mark is set for a line out or a scrum, like the referee puts his mark where it'll be, there's 30 seconds to have it all set and engaged.
Okay.
So, and the idea of it, from what I can gather, is to speed the game up, to take away. And also from the line outs, if throws aren't straight, you used to be able to have a scrum. Now it's a half arm, so
straight away.
The
other big thing is I see that in all codes, certainly today we've had one yellow card already, but protecting the head, high tackles.
Yep, so that's...
is that an automatic?
No, it's mitigating circumstances,
okay. Yep.
but there is a guideline that we sort of run, sort of sternum to shoulder is a penalty / potential yellow card.
Right.
Red, head, shoulders and above is a red, bring it down, depending on player slipping.
Yeah, which
awkward position.
I see the yellow card earlier was probably more for lashing out after the tackle.
So, and it's also team warnings. Like I actually gave a yellow card out. Well, he's off here.
Good run.
He's up into the 50. Because I had warned the team for constant high tackles.
Just for people who saw that reserve grade game, and I guess that happens a lot from a referee's point, frustration players get, but the referee gets frustrated as well.
To an extent, they can, because you want the boys to play footy.
You want a flowing game.
You want them to play. Yeah, there's going to always be a mismatch here, a good tackle there. You want the game to flow for all aspects, for yourself and also for the spectators.
The crowd, yep.
You don't want to be on the whistle 24/7 blowing it. So, and you sort of like, you know the rules, you train it, you know. It's time to start to really, a bit of an overlap here.
Here we go. And he's unlucky.
Unlucky on that one. Yeah, so it does get a little bit, but and it was the first game for both teams in reserve grade this season in round 2. So yeah, probably just
tell me this: the introduction of new rules from any governing body, and then the transition of that information back down through the players from first grade all the way through. Is that a set process through the coaching team, or how from a referee's point of view, as you are?
Yep.
How do you hope that information gets back to the players so that when they take the field, they understand their obligations under the new rules?
So before every game, like today, for example, I explained the new law changes.
Okay. Yep.
And it's very hard. There's a difference between explaining it and actually them doing it. That's a good scrum there. They've won this back off that. It's a good
inside ball. That's the way. Now we need. Let's watch the cover defence coming across, which is I think it's Matty Tisdale. He's got him on pace, and away he goes. Good try.
Great try. That was all set from the scrum there. Good push and against the head. So that's what they want to see.
Good rugby. Yes, they're going back. So in the shed, explain the rules and no excuses when you're on the paddock.
Yeah, and then obviously like you try and allow for the first game. Everyone's a bit rusty, a bit excited, but at the end of the day, you've got to. As refs, we've got a duty of care to the players, and there was an incident in the game that I ref that old mate had lifted, but he was only very slightly off the ground, and I warned him, and I said.
That was more a spear, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I said, next one, you'd go a red card. There was circumstances, but I've got to protect the attacker. So, and it does flow through, like through Rugby Australia, anyone can get online and learn the new modules. You can learn the new laws, and I've actually got an app on my phone, which is what I run off, and it's just from the App Store. It's called the Laws of Rugby, and it's a rugby worldwide, and you can. And it has all the new updates.
Tell me this, and it's happening in the other codes in the league as well, but a player that, and folks at home watching, not harping on the scenario, but you need to understand the referee's opinions in a lot of things. In a lot of cases, last night especially, deemed to be an extremely high tackle, sin bin, again we're talking rugby league, but with that player actually falling in the tackle, so the player, the defending player's already picked out his mark, chest high, as to where he's going to go. But in that last instant, the player drops, whether it be that he's tripped or he's been tackled around the legs, and there's head contact. It's a grey area, but it's also fraught with danger because I guess once you've attacked the head, you've attacked the head.
You've attacked the head, and then obviously that'll go through to their judiciary. And they'll look at the Stirk, and like you could see that he was slipping from underneath him.
And go from there.
Like he was in. And like big thing that on Rugby Australia now is what they're looking at is your actual tackle stance. So if you're just standing up high and you just tackle them high, you haven't braced, you haven't made an effort to lower your height. Mm-hmm. So you're out for a yellow card. If you're dipped a bit and you've got your knees bent straight back, you're inside the hoop, all that sort of scenario, you've made an effort.
Tell me this, is there a particular rule that as a referee you find frustrating that players continually break because they don't understand it, don't know it, or use it to an advantage? One that gets me now is, what is the rule now with the holding of a player, like holding a player up?
So if a defender goes into a tackle, the moment his knee touches the ground, he has to be released.
Okay.
And it's very hard to ref sometimes because sometimes it's not clear. Mm-hmm. He might look like he's touched the ground, but he actually hasn't. And that then puts it back. He's through here. We're off here. He's got a bit of a lap.
Game we need. Over the line.
Yep, that was from a scrum infringement. And they took a quick tap, and they've just spread it out wide.
And again, it's that period of the game, 3 minutes remaining.
Yep.
And it just gives you that big advantage now going into the half-time break. Again. Mate, we'll go away from the referees. Really appreciate your input from that. You didn't get to see the game last week, but the style of rugby being played by the first grade team, certainly here from the Magpies, very enterprising.
Yep.
Last week, but just watching now, they haven't had a lot of possession. It seems a very frustrating game.
Yeah. It from what I've seen since I've just had a shower, the possession seems to be swinging a lot to Walcha's way, and that obviously that try just coming from an infringement of the scrum. So again, maybe a bit of lack of discipline has caused that, and then it's just sort of put them, and especially inside that sort of 40-metre range. And Walcha have predominantly been a quick team. They play very quick football and very expansive from side to side. So it'll be interesting to see if we can combat if the Magpies can combat that back against it and try and shut that pace and the space and everything down. So
Just said they, here goes the kick, going successful. The Walcha boys don't come out of the hills for nothing, do they?
No.
They come down, they want to take a trophy home, they want to take something home.
They and look, back when we were in Central North and they were in Central North, they were a very dominant team and they were a very strong team, and they've obviously had to adapt to the pace to New England rugby because it's a lot quicker, as where Central North is more sort of physical, but it is quick as well. But New England's it just seems to be a lot quicker game. And as I said today in that reserve grade game that I reffed, it was quick. Like you were moving. There was no sort of just a little hit here and you were back and forth, up and down. So that's the way they like to play, Walcha, and they've adapted well to that style of football because there is a lot of different styles of football that teams can adapt to play certain teams and do certain things. So.
All right, just over a minute remaining in this first half. The score now is 23-8 with the Rams leading. Mate, interesting second half coming up. Will you be hanging around or you've got things to do?
Look, I'll float in and out.
Okay, mate. Tell me this for your experience. What does the old boys mean to you? A number of clubs you've been involved with, but just in your mind, what does it mean?
Mate,
William Allen, nice ball out wide.
It's all about the history.
Yeah.
They've set the foundation and people before them have set the foundation, and that spirit of a club and being yes, you're a football team at the end of the day, but you're a group of mates.
That's exactly.
And you want that mateship to continue, and you want to hear the stories of the old days, and I've played a fair few games now, and I've played with half the blokes that are here today back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And we all know each other, and them stories you want to pass on, and
still here.
Yep, and that's it. So
well, there's one game being played down on the field. When you look up here on the balcony, there's we've probably got about 150 players up here, ex-players. No doubt there'll be some some tries scored at the half-time break, and that'll be wonderful, mate. Good to have you, Andy.
No
you are
worries.
around in the second half. Throw your head up here as well. Emma's got to return in just a moment. We're in the last 40 seconds. The clock's actually stopped. Intriguing.
Yep, they've played the last.
I'll wait for the ball to go dead
It'll
now.
be after this, yep.
And we'll have a break in just a moment. But an interesting first half. A lot of the ball gone to Walcha. They've certainly taken advantage of that, leading 23-8. Probably a frustration time for the Magpies. No doubt Berkey will have a yarn at half-time and see what goes on from there. But again, they need balls.
They need ball. And look, this will be a good 10. And 23-8's not a bad scoreline. Like, they can come back from that.
But you know what? That's the thing I look at now, is to see where the intestinal fortitude is with the team.
Yep.
On the field. If they can come back from this score at 23-8.
Yep, that's right.
And to leave Magpie Park at the end of the first grade game with a win, or certainly being competitive, would be nice.
Exactly.
Michael Pearce, nice to talk to you.
No
Emma
worries.
Bailey will return, folks. You're coming to you live from Rugby Park, the home of the Tamworth Magpies, and we will be back in just a moment.
First prize, the ticket number is D02, and it's Alistair Fenwick. Is Alistair there? Where is he? Do you want me to take it for you, Alistair? It's only a $100 voucher for the Magpies Park. Second prize is... This one's Liam Critch. Where is he? Where's the Crit? Is Liam there? That's the fastest he's ever run. This one's Bunnings and JB High, 5/3 prize here. This says Gilbert. Gilbert? Where's Gil? Up top. Okay, that's the 3 prizes. Nicely spread. Can I just say thank you everyone for 4 tickets? We appreciate it. That's the fastest Chris ever run. Well done, mate. Just while it's half time too, can I just thank everyone for coming along today? Thank you to Walcha for making the trip in. It's absolutely fantastic to have Walcha back in playing New England. They had a great deal of such good teams to the competition. So thank you very much. Congratulations to our old boys and the old girls up there. Absolutely sensational. We appreciate your support and your contribution. And it's good to know we can go over the answer if we've got any problems with the club or we want to talk about directions and so on. So congratulations to all the old boys. At the end of football today, we've got live music. We're also putting a meal on for anyone that would like to stay. You are all welcome. And one of the best things about today at the rugby is the 20 children that are over the back playing football themselves. It's so good to see families and children here at Magpies. So thanks everybody and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
And a very good afternoon and welcome back to the second half of this first grade encounter in New England Rugby between the Tamworth Magpies and the Walcha Rams. The halftime score 23-8. We have a nice crowd on hand here at Rugby Park. Again, it's Old Boys Day, so a lot of stories being told, games relived. Nice place to be. Sam White grabs the ball. Just to recap on the first half, probably very frustrating from a Magpies point of view. Not a lot of ball in that in first half, and when they did get the ball, the turnover rate was very high. A lot of mistakes being made. So Walcha have taken advantage of that. They've blown out the lead now 23-8. But looking back at the style of rugby played by the Magpies last week, that if they can get some of that happening at the moment, then you never know what may happen. But again, 23-8. It's a big lead to cut back, but that's the job at hand. Ball's gone forward. With the scrum now, it will be a Walcha feed. We're here in Tamworth. We're probably anticipating rain later on in the afternoon or early evening. It's been predicted, but we had a couple of drops about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, but nothing to talk about at this stage. Rain predicted tomorrow as well. It's a Walcha feed. Strong push from the Magpies. Turns the scrum. And again, Walcha holding on. Well done by the Magpies pack. It's Walker Harrison doing a great job there, holding down, and play will continue. Liam Allen to have the kick. As you can see up near the lights on the screen now, very light rain falling here at Tamworth. Magpie throw. One by the Magpies. Liam Allen coming out wide. Ben Coombs. Cut out pass. It's got to be a try here. Oh. Only had to catch it, as they say. But points gone begging there. Certainly had the overlap. He's got the pace down wide. Walker ball. Rain getting a little heavier. Clearance kick from the Rams. It's Massey. Oh, another turnover again. No advantage. There'll be a scrum. It'll be a knock on from the Magpies. And we'll have a scrum. Just adjacent to the halfway line. 23-8. 35 remaining. Big job ahead for the Magpies. Getting a little bit darker here as well. Hold their mark. As I mentioned earlier, it's Old Boys Day. A wonderful crowd on hand. Enjoying a good day's not only rugby, but catching up with old friends, old former players as well. Liam Allen with a clear kick, and it's still in field of play, heading down towards the end goal. Defenders there. Oh, it's a knock on. And again, good pressure then from the Magpies running through, and the error they were looking for from the Walcha Rams. Now it's a matter of patience. Take control of that ball, and they really need to convert this field advantage into points now to move forward with the score of 23-8. Certainly time to win the game. I guess the job starts right now. Field is set. Magpies very wide, which is good. Some depth. Set again. Caleb Bergen out to Liam Allen. Ben Coombs hits the deck. Again. Don't want to be repetitive, but again, just no patience, not taking control of the ball. Spills the ball, lose control again. That advantage is now gone. See what they can do with this scrum. A lot of chatter in the scrum, as you can see, from the Walcha front row. I guess when you're leading, you can say what you want to say. Ball goes in. Again, it's eating up time, 32 minutes remaining. Still a Walcha feed. Nearly set. Clearance kick from Walcha. Again, basically playing at the at Walcha's pace at the moment. They're controlling the game because they've got possession. Majority of the time, it's being played at their pace. And the thing they're doing, as soon as the Magpies do get possession, not that they're rushing everything, but because they do have to score points, they're taking that little bit of a risk as such, and a bit of pressure from Walcha, and mistakes are happening. Liam Allen, ball comes out wide. Sean Barnes. Going through the middle. It's Will Burke. Staying in the middle. Kelby McLean with a strong run.
No.
Welcome back, Emma.
Hello. Very wet out there now.
Yeah, you can see up here the lights on the TV that the rain is picking up a little bit more. It's going to make the ball very slippery. No doubt we've lost possession a couple of times in the last couple of minutes now with slippery ball. So it's a big task ahead now. 30 minutes remaining, 23-8. The scoreline. The Rams leading. Everyone seems happy. All the old boys having a good time.
Very much so. I think they're catching up on a few memories.
Be more later, won't there?
That's right, after a couple more.
And then next year, this will be a memory for them to share, you see?
Yeah, exactly
right.
right.
Remember last year?
That's it.
No. Okay, again, the advantage with the Rams. It's cold down there, it's just...
It is now. It is, once the rain touches you, but if you're anywhere else, it's not too bad.
Another ball over the fence. That's 60,000. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens now. Defence is needed from the Magpies, and the Rams on the attack. Coming wide straight away. Straight through the middle.
Geez. There's Barnesy on. Ooh. Bit of a rough and tough
Well,
here.
there'll be a penalty.
There's a bit of a rough and tough
I
there.
know. There could be. It could be a yellow card as well, but I'll see what happens here.
There's been a couple of warnings.
Well, it was the lift on the fullback after he'd passed the ball that didn't go down well. No, that's it.
Mitchy Moses and Moses.
Giving away the penalty. Really? Yeah.
Oh, geez. Mitch Bowen. Sorry, not Mitchell Moses. That'd be very impressive. And Moses Tuval. The hard part when it's raining like this and you've got to come off from the sideline and warming those bones back up after it's been a little bit cold. That makes it a bit difficult. But the boys are looking nice and rugged up together down there. All right, Walker's coming in strong, but Magpies are making sure that ball doesn't go any further, except for now. Can he do it? Hand on by Moses Tavau. Just on. Of course, Sam White and Kelby McLean, 50 games today.
Well, that was smart rugby. A good try. Again, you'll see from the replay, it was indiscretion that created the problem. And again, just that urgency to get points at the end. But again, they move forward on the scoreline.
Just going to check around our fields here and see what else.
Around the ground.
Around the New England Rugby grounds. So there's only one other game, and at the moment Armidale Blues are beating Robb College 38-3, which is different when I looked at the results from last week. Every game was very close. Every game looked very close, and this week there's been quite a few jumps. So look to see that everyone's kind of come back on board after that holiday break, and of course the rugby, the uni holidays. So yeah.
Hamish Heaney and
through the front.
Didn't make it. Can you imagine, as you can see on the TV screens at the moment, this weather now where it's getting a little bit cooler, a little bit darker, and it's wet, playing the second round in Walcha?
Yes, it'd be freezing in Walcha. Could you imagine?
I tell you what.
You'd be sitting in the car with the heater all the way on.
Should be play on.
While with a great slide in there.
I think the trick with Walcha is that you go up the night before.
That's right.
To acclimatise.
Yeah, that's it.
And play the game.
Or even a week,
and
just
get
depending how much you need.
So g'day to all the Walcha rugby enthusiasts. Your team is going well. 28-8. Playing some good rugby.
Of course, it's Old Boys Day. Our next game at the Nest is next weekend against the Barbars for our Indigenous round. And we will be showcasing during the week on our Facebook page the new Indigenous round jersey. So we can't wait to show you
Another
that
Guernsey.
design. That's right. Very
Get
special
one of those for the mob. That'll be good.
And we're going to be having a special ceremony next week as well before first grade. And we can't wait to bring that to you either. Of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good work.
Didn't you know you're dancing?
I'll do that. And I'll put the paint on.
That's it.
That'll be good. The crowd's laughing. No doubt they haven't seen me dance.
That's right. I think they overheard you. I don't know if we've missed something there.
Barnesy, no, sorry. Ben Coombs coming off over a bit of a break. Right, 25. They can still win this game.
They
it's
can.
25 minutes remaining. 28-8.
Yep.
And I look through rose-coloured glasses,
Yes,
so they can do
I
it.
wish you'd change that colour. Doesn't suit you very. No, I'm just joking. It's all good, right?
Are you serious? See what I put up with, folks.
All right, Magpies to feed.
I had a good yarn to referee Michael Pearce, as you're aware. At the end of the first half of this game, he refereed the reserve grade encounter, and I was actually quite surprised, delighted. He actually knows what he's talking about.
That's right.
It caught me by surprise.
And he will be back and forth for the next little while, working overseas at the moment. So it's good to have him back here with the Magpies for Old Boys Day.
Good defence from the Magpies, forcing the Rams back. They'll do a clearance kick, no doubt. They will. Still in play. Massey.
Lappin.
Is it Lappin?
Yep, sorry.
Really?
Yes, it's...
Picked up the wrong Guernsey? Oh, no.
Once again, Hamish is a great ref. As we said, he's got a lot of accolades under his belt. And he's quite young. And he's ref some big things, so good on him.
Seriously? You're sitting here rapping the ref.
I think it's important. If we didn't have refs, we wouldn't have a game.
I'm stunned. Do you know, one of the best referees in the whole world is my mate Shane Hayne, who was the other code. He said, you know, if you do a perfect game, he said that basically you're invisible.
That's it.
That's the way. And here we are. You're praising the two referee. Here we go.
All right. And of course, there are a couple. I don't know, did Michael tell you the new laws? There's a couple of new laws.
Yes, he
year.
did. Yes. Again, this is back to the rugby. The Magpies' opportunity now with 22 minutes remaining. They've got to get the ball. They've got to get points. That just stands to reason. But again, it's the opportunity now to actually regroup. It can be very frustrating. You go, okay, it's wet, it's damp, it's cold, it's dark. You know, okay, the game's done and dusted. We'll think about next week. You can turn this game around now. 20 points is not a lot.
No. Do you think, you know, and as an ex-footy player, I know it's the same with hockey, you kind of slow down when it rains because it feels like it's more injury-prone?
Well, the good teams actually put their foot on the accelerator.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of folks in Tamworth will know Tony Lachuza, who coached West here in town, the other code. Tony always worked with if the other team made a mistake and you got the ball, that's when you actually put up your foot to the floor. So while they're a bit despondent, going, oh bugger, you're up and running. Similar here, every opportunity the Magpies get from here on in, they should take advantage of extra effort and start getting some points.
That number 13's quick for them. Number 14.
Now they're going to struggle to get out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 players, 12 players still between the 20 mark, the 20 line and the halfway, still coming back. And the goal line still coming back. That fitness we saw last week, they didn't stay at home for Anzac Day, did they?
Maybe not.
Sorry, say again.
I didn't say they didn't stay at home. I just said they were keeping it pretty calm.
Good kick. Your fine touch. That was a Liam Allen special.
Also, a big thank you to the two ball girls and the ball boys. They're doing an amazing job running around in the rain. The parents will be a bit worried when the sniffles come in tomorrow, but that's what it's all about. They're having fun, they're getting out there, and they're doing a great job. So thank you to our ball boys and ball girls. And we've had a few this season, even for the last 2 rounds, and it's just been really good to see them getting involved and seeing the young kids getting involved.
Is it ball boy, ball girl, or are they a ball person? All this new gets me. I have no idea. Is it a ball person?
The ball boys and ball girls.
Oh, you're going to stay with
having
that.
some fun.
Good. Ball person. Gonna hold them up. This is one of the rules we talked about. They've got the ball away. Rams have got the ball. There'll be a penalty, offside play against the Magpies. Referee another penalty. Any of the other old boys falling apart up here?
We're going to put Bill Fitzgerald on his way up here. One of our old boys. And I'm just going to go grab some photos. You want to sit on with Ray for a little bit? Talk footy?
G'day, mate. We're just meeting a new friend, folks, so we just get him geared up here. Grab a chair, mate. We're going to talk about anything. Put your bum on that. There we go. What's your name, young fella?
Bill.
Bill who?
Fitzgerald.
G'day, Bill. How are you, mate?
Sensational.
Sensational. How's Old Boys Day?
Old Boys Day is really good. It was awesome doing the jersey presentations in the dressing rooms, and unfortunately the score's not flattering, but the boys are showing heaps of heart. We just can't get that bounce of the ball.
Well, possession's been the biggest thing for me, looking across it. And every time we've got the ball, and the Magpies being me, every time we've got the ball, the Magpies just seem to be frustrated, lack of patience. They're spilling the ball, those simple errors.
Yeah,
and we lose it.
I think it's a tad rushed, but their structure, when they've got it happening and when Liam and that get the ball out, it works well.
And from last week's game, it was superb.
It
Brilliant structure. Tell me this, mate, your history with the Magpies club.
I've played with them from 2000 to... Actually, no, I didn't. I played from 98 to 2017. And we had a really good time. Yeah. It was a really good club. It is a really good club. The facilities have grown over those.
So you would have played in the Central North Comp as well, prior to going up to
played
New England?
Yeah, with the Central North. And previous to the New England transition, it was a really good.
Back in those days, I came back from the Gold Coast and Newcastle in 2010.
Oh, yeah?
And started training the Red Devils in Gunnedah back then. And to even then see the battle between the Pirates and the Magpies, but also Walcha were in the competition as well. Gunnedah certainly strong, Narrabri and like a very strong competition. The move up into New England, has it worked well for the Magpies?
I think so. I think the structure of the comp, and any time where you've got a little bit less travel is always good for a team.
Yep.
When I first moved out of Sydney I actually played for the Red Devils in 94, 95, 96.
Really?
And I played with Tim Tarlington was our coach.
Yep.
And then I moved to Tamworth, played 3 seasons with Pirates, and then came across to Tamworth.
Unreal.
But I think the structure and the closeness of the New England competition breeds, like, you've only got to travel an hour.
That's brilliant.
And
that's what it's about.
Such a good idea.
Yeah. Even in the trip to Moree, wherever you're coming from, is a big trip now. We had Warrialda and all those sorts of things, but that's unreal. Just going back to that transition from clubs that you had with the old boys, it leaves memories with you that last forever, don't they? From all the clubs you've been involved with, players you've met.
Yeah, players you've met, players that you've played stuff with that have gone on to do stuff, but the general community that Tamworth Magpies is really good community.
I only have one story to dwell on, which is quite good. The Muswellbrook, I was in Muswellbrook for quite a while with 2&M down there, but basically went down there, and Shane Hayne, who ended up being a referee with, Shane was only a kid back then, but we were playing rugby. So we played Hunter Valley, and we played the Country Cup at Penrith.
Oh, yeah.
This is 89, 90.
Okay. Yeah.
And we played Randwick in the first. Bob Dwyer coaching played Randwick in the first game, and I scored a try in that game, and that is the only badge of honour I have from guys like Stephen Lane, and it was absolutely brilliant experience. But where I'm leading up to, the comparison of codes where people go, you've come from rugby league, what about rugby union? The culture was so different when I came across for that period. I had, I think, about 7 years with Luke Oxford and Paul Brady and guys over in Gunnedah. Matty Hannay, still a very good friend of mine, very good friend. That culture over there was that just there was no giving up. No. It was just get in and do it hard. And I told this story earlier today that the rugby league boys will say, it's easy because when it's unorthodox. I kept saying this: in rugby league, when you hit the deck, the tackle's over. In rugby union, when you hit the deck, the party just began. And that's about it.
I thoroughly agree. And up until probably 5-7 years ago, I've noticed a couple of things like today. There's been, in the instance where the Walcha player's been lying on the ball, when I played, that you didn't do that because you knew you were going to get rucked off the ball.
Yeah, yep.
Whereas if you raise a foot now, you're in the bin 10 minutes.
The other one that got me that I'm still learning about, I remember the first penalty I ever had given against me in rugby, and we were at the cup in Sydney, was for actually passing the ball off the ground. So I'd hit the deck and runner coming through and I'd pass the ball up. Penalty. You can do that now.
Yes, you can do it.
They've changed rules.
As long as your
Exactly.
motion is still moving.
Yep.
If it's one motion and you unload it, that's fine. And there's so much that's changed. In some cases, I don't reckon for the betterment of the game. The physicality of it is, if you drop someone in a good tackle now, then not so much here in park footy, but the analysation of that tackle by 150 cameras and bunkers is
totally.
Not only does it stop the game while we have a little look, but it just removes the effectiveness of that really good tackle, and you get no benefit for having a real red hot go.
Mate, tell me this. We'll come back to the rugby here, an old boys' days here, which I absolutely enjoy. But the enthusiasm shown not only here by these two teams today, but just throughout New South Wales and I guess Australia-wide in communities playing any sport, and especially rugby at this stage, it just brings that community together, doesn't it?
It does.
It's the foundation of the community.
It does, and park football being rugby union, rugby league, soccer, AFL, it doesn't matter. Without those grassroots park football community-driven areas, you're going to get nothing.
And the introduction of ladies, women into whether it be touch football or tens rugby or whatever.
Yep.
How good is that?
Yeah, it's really good. The ladies rugby has grown exponentially.
Did you ever think you'd see those skill levels at the top of the tree, like the Australian teams in the rugby women now? Some of the skills, they're amazing.
Oh, some of the sevens girls, like Charlotte Caslick.
Yeah.
She has come from a touch footy background and then morphed into rugby union. Her and the group of players that she's brought with her, they're unbelievable. Yeah. Some of the skills that they have, that's going to be too big. Yes. But yeah, you're right. The morphosis of the women's game at any sport, the AFLW, huge. The NRLW, huge. The women's rugby is huge.
The thing we've got to attack now, mate, is again, I was involved with the Department of Education when I first came back here in 2010, is that we've got to put sport back in the schools.
Yep.
You know, but basically, I remember when I came back to Canada, they basically said, no, sport's an option, or it's, if you like, it's a Christmas present. You concentrate on your education and we'll see if we actually drip feed you sport. I remember back in my day, we went to school for sport. And the fact that we had to go to class through the day was another story. But again, that builds a very, very strong culture indeed. But, mate, coming back to this game, we're now 33-8. Strong performance from Walcha. We'll talk about the Magpies. Mate, the Walcha boys, they come out of the hills. They don't come down here without trying to take a trophy home, do they?
They do. That's exactly right. And the earlier game, which was quite tight up until half-time.
Yeah, 19 all.
Just blew out that last little bit. It's just a testament to obviously how committed the Walcha teams are to joining the New England comp last year and going that step forward this year.
Tell me this last one for me. I love talking to you, mate. The transition now to get our junior players from junior rugby up into the senior games and continue on that journey rather than get to the 14, 15, 16 and go, well, I want to go and do something else and not make that transition. And I'm not totally aware, but in Tamworth, is there a strong competition between that 14 to 18s as such?
Not really. There's a gap.
Yeah.
There's a real gap between, so Tamworth juniors run up until 14s.
Right.
And then it's reliant on the schools to do 14, 16, 17. Not so much 18s, but 14, 15, 16, 17. And then what we used to have an under 19s.
Yep.
All Central North clubs and all New England clubs used to have an under 19, which was a breeding ground for then reserves first. But that gap in the last probably 5-7 years has not been filled. So there is definitely a place for junior rugby to play on a day like today, like to be the curtain raiser for today. Even to the point where if they played reserve grade, then the ladies, then they have a juniors game, and then put the seniors on after that.
Is there an opportunity for country rugby as such, or the clubs, to actually embrace those kids between 14 and 18 themselves?
Great tackle.
Liam Allen.
Liam Allen, great tackle. But there's a huge opportunity for country rugby to, even New South Wales rugby, even New South Wales Waratahs rugby as an entity, to look at what they're doing. They've put a big centre of excellence for the Waratahs in Dubbo, but generally across the catchment area, there's a huge opportunity to climb in and get these kids to rugby before they go to rugby league.
Yeah. Could you see a Friday night twilight underlights competition with whether it be 8s, 10s or full team? Maybe only just run over a 3-month period or a 2-month period just to get people involved.
Yeah, across the winter, definitely.
Yeah.
There could be a school-based program where the ages would be determined by what age you're turning that year, and have that across the middle 3 months of the year, June, July, August, where I think there's a little school holidays in the middle, but where there's no school holidays, just do 3 months.
Yep.
Bang, bang, bang. All schools can put in a team. It's all free.
Tell you where I come from, with the not only just here in Tamworth, but the socially the things that we're not very happy with at the moment, but they're telling us created from kids. Rather than just moan about it, let's give them something to do.
Yep.
And team environment, which is support based. A lot of these kids need from there, but just it's just a thought I've been building since I've been doing the rugby actually for 2 or 3 years now. That you've got to give these kids opportunity. There could be a star out there that's never had the opportunity, been given the chance to come and embrace the sport of rugby.
Yeah, I coached a junior team, and we went and took on the Taz tournament, and we were the first Tamworth team. We beat King's Grammar from Brisbane in their final of the Taz tournament.
Stay there. Yeah, stay.
And we had players like Jock Bockfield, John Porch was in our team. As you just said, stars that can be found. He was a star that we found, and he's gone on to play Wallaby Sevens.
And we've been chatting that much, we didn't even realise you were gone.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right.
I was gone for like 20 minutes. That's all right.
That's all right. We've been having a yarn. We've been rebuilding the world. Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
We've got 7 minutes remaining. The game's certainly out of our grasp at the moment, 33 points to 8. They're on the attack, and they've just got another one now. But again, from the Magpies' point of view, and again, it always happens sometimes with the old boys. You have an old boys' day, and you go, boys, we're going to go out and win these 2 games. Yeah. That hasn't happened today, but I think at the end of the day, from a club point of view as well, you've got to put this down as a tick, as a very successful day.
Yeah.
Oh, as a successful day, especially miserable, there's still a good crowd. There's still a good group of old boys that are here. That makes the day.
Yeah. Mate, been an absolute pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, Ray.
Don't be a stranger.
I shan't.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Yes, 6 minutes, just under 7 minutes.
Mate. Hang on, we should get a photo. We're doing photos. Sit down here, mate. Put the headphones on. Emma, come on in. We're all about social media, folks, so...
Yeah, well, it'll all be on there, and we have all our photos on Facebook, so make sure you follow them if you've got someone you know playing and you're watching.
As you've probably seen, folks, I carry her at work. I carry her on the weekend. One more, ready? There we go, boys.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Bill. So just over 6 minutes remaining. Kick from Walcha coming.
Righto, Em, come on in here. You've got 6 minutes to make a name for yourself, girl.
Oh, thank you so much.
Who else is floating around that we haven't grabbed hold of?
I love that it's stopped raining now. I've just been out there. No, it's been a great day. The day after Anzac Day, and knowing that it was going to be about 25 mils of rain expected to fall today, they did super, super well. The crowd's been fantastic.
Five minutes to go. We're going to try and grab hold of one of the gaffers and just see if we can have a bit of a yarn as we wrap up the day. 5 minutes remaining. The scoreline is now 40 points to 8. It's been 2 comprehensive wins from the Walcha Rams. And folks, I hope you don't mind that we actually veered off and talked about other things, because TV-wise, as we know from experience, you can see the game, you can see what's happening from there, which is great. A great kick, wonderful clearance kick there as again. And the Rams are on the attack. But it's been a wonderful day here for the Magpies, the home of the rugby boys here in Tamworth. And no doubt they will party on tonight. I hope you've had a wonderful Anzac weekend. And no doubt come Monday we get back to norm to a large degree until our June long weekend. It's the Rams on the attack, spreading the ball wide. Let's put it down. Here we go. He's going to be... Oh! Now, that was a lifting tackle, which we were talking to Michael Pearce about earlier. Again, a lifting tackle in a dangerous position. We'll see what happens from here. Say good day, Em.
Hello.
There you are, you're back. You're online, that one there.
Thank you. We've got the president coming up here. He's gone
Here we
past.
go.
Chris.
So here we go. He's lifted him, he's got his shirt up, and then it's a spear tackle. It's more a lifting tackle from there, but there's no card involved, which is good. I thought we grabbed the gaffer.
We've got
Righto, mate.
President Chris Shaw. How are we?
G'day, Chris.
Hey, how you going?
Mate, absolutely brilliant. Makeup? No, it's all right. Hey, Chris, been a wonderful day. You happy with the old boys' day?
Absolutely sensational. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite sure what numbers we were going to get today, but as you can see, the numbers have been fantastic. So, and the thing I like as president of the club is when I see lots of mums and dads with their children and babies here, and if you look out the back, there's about 20 odd children playing a game of rugby out there in the rain.
We're just having a yarn about to Bill about actually doing that. The gap between 14s and 17s and 18s, getting those kids involved off the streets to play rugby itself. But, mate, from an old boys' point of view, and we've spoken to quite a few people this afternoon, what does old boys mean to you?
Old boys means, well, I'm not an old boy at the club. My son will be.
Yep.
Old boys means to me that we encourage and we support previous players to come down to the ground on Saturday and have a day out with their mates.
Yeah.
There are a few people who can't make it by themselves, and someone goes and picks them up and brings them down, and they get to enjoy a day of rugby. Winning's a bonus, but sitting there and maybe having a beer or a rum and a yarn, for some people, it's the best day of the week, and that's why I just love rugby and I love the season.
You've got to be congratulated, and again, it's been, 2 or 3 years now we've been involved here. I was involved over in Gunnedah, but I'm loving the Magpies for the simple reason your passion from within the group spreads throughout the community.
Yep.
It's not just a Saturday thing.
No.
It's a 7-day a weeker, whether it be emails, phone calls, or just conversations to get rugby up and running. Your introduction of the ladies and the women's into rugby, the transition here in Tamworth has been superb, and the class of the girls now from when they first put their hand up to say, "Well, come and remember that."
I do.
Come and play. Those first games to what they're producing now is just amazing. So for a club to give them that opportunity, but also, and I'll pat you on the back in a big way, to also embrace that sporting community because we're a regional centre. All those men that are coming to town for whatever reason, having that opportunity to come and actually put on a black and white Guernsey, or a black and white and grey Guernsey now.
Yeah.
And which look absolutely fantastic, mate. You've got to be happy with the club.
Very happy, and it's a team effort. It's not one person, and we've got so many people on our committee and people that are not on our committee that contribute so much, and we're blessed to have a committee that brings a completely different skill set. We've got Emma, who's in the media, and I'm an ex-principal, and we're a bit bossy at times, and that's the way it is.
Mate. Yeah.
We've got businessmen, we've got tradies, and we've got current players who are also on the committee. And then on top of that, we've just got people who turn up. We've got a fella who turned up here at the Woy Woy game, used to play for Woy Woy, lives in town, bit bored, not much to do. He comes along to training and he cleans up and helps us out.
And mate, the final big pat on the back is, I saw this ground during Country Music Festival with caravans parked on it, and you look down from here now, even from the couple of weeks ago, this ground is just 100% perfection.
It is, and we've got to owe a lot that to Mick Wilson and his team.
Yeah.
We have a really good relationship with Cal Rossi, and Cal Rossi have been wonderful supporters of the Magpies, and they're running the canteen as well, and we work with them. And, they've done all this work to get this ground the way it looks. And again, I say it all the time, it is a team effort, and we're all here to provide a safe place for people to come and enjoy themselves. And winning's a bonus.
Lastly, we've got Old Boys Day today. It doesn't stop. Next week is the Indigenous round.
It is. We've got a cultural round next week because that's very important for us to celebrate. We've got players here that are Torres Strait Islander, we have Aboriginal, we have Samoan, we have Tongan, we have Fijian, we have Papua New Guinean. So we have such a broad range of cultures that turn up here and play and support, and we need to acknowledge that and have those opportunities.
Well, mate, we've always said that in a lot of sporting bodies and even with organisations, if you are successful off the field, you'll be successful on the field. Today may not have been the best day on the field, but congratulations on all the success you're enjoying, not only today but ongoing off the field. Well done to the Magpies.
Thanks, mate. We really appreciate that. And as I said, people just get in to support. Today the girls took over. They did the gate, they did the scoreboard, they sold raffle tickets, they've done everything. So it is a team effort, and I'm very proud that I'm privileged enough to be the president of the Tamworth Rugby Union Sporting Club.
Do you know what's funny, Emma? You'll listen to this. I've seen a couple of guys today. From up here, you can see everything. All right. Men are more prone to buy raffle tickets from pretty young girls than they are from old blokes.
Is that true?
Is that a ploy?
Wow.
I'm going, hang on. Yeah, okay. Well done, mate. I know that'd be part of your strategic plan. Well done.
But it cost me $20.
Exactly. Mate, absolute pleasure.
And we appreciate your support too, so thank you very much.
We're here for the long run, mate. Well done.
Cheers.
Righto, Doyley. Thank you, Chris. By the way,
You didn't want to stop commentating. Wanted to keep going, didn't you?
Chris, you're right, mate. He just fell for me. Oh no, Chris just left, but he also took half the booth with him as well. So we survived from there. That's all good. Okay, Em, we've got time is up, and it's game over for the day. We've had 2 wins for the Walcha Rams, 40-8 in the first grade, 48-19 in reserve grade. Again, it may not have been successful wins on the field, but congratulations to Walcha on both those wins. As far as the day itself, absolutely marvellous, as Chris just said, and also to our other special guests we've had through the day to
thanks to those guys
to have a
popping
yarn.
up.
It's been absolutely brilliant, so we do certainly appreciate that. And just talk us up now. Next week is the Indigenous round.
That's right, against Barbars, Saturday the 3rd of May, and it's kicking off at 12:50. 3 great games, seconds, women's and first. And we can't wait to see you down here, and we will feature on our Facebook page the jerseys. And don't forget to like, subscribe and follow Folmac TV, because you won't miss next week's game if you follow that now.
And finally, our major sponsors, Em.
Our major sponsors, West Wi-Fi, Joe Maguire's Pub, Carl Rossi, Glenwarry Eggs and Bell Partners. So thank you so much. Thanks to the old boys who have shown up yet once again. So good to have you guys here, and yeah, there's nothing more special than seeing the old boys down in the sheds.
And as Emma's crawled all day, thank you to our referees and our linesmen, our ball boys and our ball girls and ball persons.
That's exactly right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And for all the oldies up here that have actually enjoyed the day, it's been great to catch up with some of the old fellas as well. And it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll be back again next week. Glen A. Rose will be back with us next week for another game. And who are we playing next week? The Barbars.
Barbars, right here
Bring
at the
it
Nest.
On. For all involved with the broadcast and for Matt and all the crew from Folmac Video Productions, thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and be safe, and join us again next Saturday.
See you then.